Greetings one and all to your weekly dose of Tenno Clock. I am Captain Robotron, and this is your murder doctor, Loz, with our special Patreon guest, Tobiah. I was gonna say something a little weird, but I thought, you know what, don't say that. So Tobiah is also our fantastic curator of topics for 10 o'clock. So if you say it on the forums or Reddit, he'll probably have read it. And yeah, poor Tobiah. He suffers for our art. I think Loz is playing a mobile game. So
I was re-rolling because I got sad and deleted it and realised I didn't have a backup of this game. So now I'm just quickly trying to get past the intro because I think I'll do that while you're talking.
Okay,
rather than just using this as a stopwatch because I can just tap randomly for the story. Bloody long intro on this game.
What game are you playing?
This is Another Eden. It's from the guy who made Chrono Trigger, which is an amazing game. I love. It's one of my top 10 games, top 5 games, I'd say actually.
Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger, it's amazing.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so
we're here to talk about Warframe.
Yeah, moving on. Emblems. Tobiah, your choice. Which emblem?
Okay, so we've got the Air 404 dinosaur from Chrome. And then we've got a one-eyed cow.
I think the eye in the middle is actually the Warframe. It's just the eye.
Oh, yeah.
That's it's a cow, I guess.
I think the eyes are actually like the two, like, just sticking in bits. It looks like it's a dopey cow.
Yeah.
But it looks like... Oh!
Yeah, it's in line with the horns. The bottoms of the horns.
Yeah. I think just for classic nerdiness, we're going to go with the dinosaur.
It's a pretty cool dinosaur.
It is a pretty cool dinosaur, even if it's slightly rip-off.
You mean slightly rip-off?
I don't know, because it really is.
Yeah, it's like a massive rip-off. Also, I'm pretty sure you only get that dinosaur if your internet's down, don't you?
Yeah, it's not the Air 404 dinosaur.
Yeah.
There is no dinosaur for Air 404.
Yeah, it just goes like, cannot... Anyway, moving on. Right, so if you wish to win 150 platinum for your platform of choice, please click on the link in the description below to the Google form where you'll see this week's emblems, and you get to choose which platform you want to win 150 platinum on. Everyone has an opportunity equal to getting 150 platinum for their platform of choice. Just simply enter your details. Make sure your your in-game name is correct, because if it's wrong, one of the lovely DEs will not be able to actually find you, and then that platinum giveaway will have gone to waste, and winners will be selected in 2 weeks' time. A bunch of winners will be going out to DE now after we've done this episode, because I need to get the Wukong, Rhino, Nyx, and previous platinum giveaways sent out to them. The only issue is that recently they've had TennoCon, so that held them up, and me having frantic instances of trying to find somewhere else to live. Moving on, we're going to go on to the graphs. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Loz, am I forgetting something?
Dojo dusting?
Dojo dusting! The man of the hour. We're going to be at TennoCon 2020. I can't... Yeah, there might be a little bit of a hiccup come the end of September in terms of 10 o'clock episodes. We don't really know. I'm going to try and actually keep them going somehow magically, but we need to organize that and things.
Oh, if it goes down to it, it'll just be me, and I'll go get some random person, but we'll drop the webcams, we'll drop everything, and we'll just sit and talk about some topics like in the good old days.
So it'd just be audio, no video or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Important things to have in the episode, not the features of the episode.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Right, and... yeah, so that's it for Dojo Dusting. Moving on to the results from last week's cards. That was it, cards. Cards. Right, so are you ready yet, Loz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still
doing
going...
cards. Cards.
Cool, still going through the... Right, so last week we asked... Does Dog's Days feel a little out of place in lore? 86 people responded, 13% said no, 32% said yes, and 53% said that they didn't care. Loz cares.
I care, but I'm not bent over shape over this one because it's just a bit of fun.
And it's going to go away.
Everyone can have a bit of fun. So I'm not, yeah, but I can say I don't like it, but it's a bit of fun.
Tobiah?
But if it was a more serious long-term thing, then yeah, I would be more minded. I would hate that people don't care about it, but it's just a small.
Tobiah?
I think it feels out of place, but I don't care.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Hey, same thing as laws. I don't mind that it feels out of place.
Cool. Right. I think I do care. I think I'm a yes on this.
Oh, I'd vote yes, but I'm not going to be fanatically like holding this forever like I do with the candy cane, you know. Cause
Yeah, like I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't like protest them putting this in or bringing it back as they said they're going to do.
Unlike a
But-
face.
Yes, unlike Excalibur Prime's face.
Loz
We
wants
both
that
mourn it. Odds, it's okay.
face.
Sorry, while I was doing the game, didn't hear you. Not at all.
Too busy mourning
Not
a
single
face.
thing.
Right, so the second graph. Cool. So the second question we asked. Awesome. Chrome. Wait, is that a combination of buttons that actually closes Chrome? Awesome.
What?
Right. I think I found like a button combination. That's my hotkeys that will close Chrome.
Control Shift Q.
It might be Control Shift Q, so I might have to get rid of that one.
That's a pretty standard one.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's just Control Q on Opera, but anyway.
Fair enough.
Right, so the card is: do you suffer host migration issues like the OP? Right, so the original post.
You're a bit
Yeah, it's because Chrome is still turning back on because web browsers can't be built properly to not just destroy bloody PC. Yeah, I know you can't make me out. Yeah, I'm waiting.
So me and Tobiah will discuss it.
They cannot hear you.
Who can't?
The audience, because you're robotic.
Oh, you're about to go. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. It's because Chrome is still bloody loading.
Where are you loading Chrome for?
Why are you using Chrome and not Opera?
Because Opera I have all my tabs, and I don't want all my tabs. Yeah, you know, so I turn off Opera and use Chrome for the topics because it's not got anything open. But Chrome takes 3 billion years to turn on.
Why don't you just copy the topics to a notepad?
Or put the topics on your tablet.
Or put them on Discord?
Or I
Or
could
print them
just,
out?
or I could just change the hotkey so that it doesn't turn off Chrome anymore.
I can read the topics for today if you want.
No, it's fine. It's open again.
I think Tobias should read the topics for today.
Stop
Much more
making a
efficient.
deal out of this. Right, okay. So, do you suffer the host migration issues like the original post? 77 people responded to this. 48% said yes, 51% said no. Tobiah, have you had issues like what was in last week's topic? Lars, help me out. I can't remember what was in last week's topic.
Oh,
No,
this
it was-
situation. We all know it.
Yeah.
But
You
it was
guys
a
know, I
situation-
don't.
It was a situation where they would be either on the last or second to last wave of a defense.
Oh, is that one?
The operator would, or the operative would go down.
Yeah.
And then host migrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they die.
And they would host migrate, and then they would die while it was host migrating because they weren't invulnerable.
So
It's just a whole mess of things. I have had that happen before, though.
right. Okay. Do you suffer it much?
Every time I do a pub defense sortie,
Fair enough. Loz?
Yeah. I mean,
I can't think of a single time where I've been screwed over by host migration in this kind of way. But I will say, and I haven't listed a lot of them, but lots of people were chiming in the comments more than just about anything else. I'd say that saying that that they have had problems randomly with this, that, or the other during host migration. So it's a bigger issue than I thought, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if it does affect people, they seem to remember it. It seems to be the issue.
Yeah,
Something
I think that there's a few ways to tackle the solution, and I think it's easier for stuff like survival and mobile defense and things. I think with actual defense, they might have to change how it goes into a recovery state, but Fair enough. Let's move on to the next topic. Next card, which was, would you like a PvP version of Dog Days? So 83 people responded to this. 42% said no. 57% said yes.
Good.
Tobiah?
I was actually confused on this one because I don't know if I heard when I was listening to the episode what the distinction between PvP version of Dog Days and PvP version of PvE of the event.
Did I read that one?
You worded that second one awkwardly. It should have been, would you like a PvP version of Dog Days, and would you play a PvP version of Dog Days?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Like versus play.
Yeah, the problem was I couldn't have a Dog Days event. I don't think. I can't remember.
Why do you have to have that? You just have would you play, and if you want to make the distinction on the one with the one that says like and the one and the bit that says play, you have the word like and play in caps. Yeah, that's all you need to do. Yeah. Would you play a PvP version of the PvE of the event? That is awful. That's not even a sentence.
Wasn't that the time that... Sorry, was that the one that I struggled to remember?
And then you called me up and I was like, yeah, it's like, would you like one and would you play
No, it's not. It's just I copied and pasted it from... it was the would you like a PvP version. That was the one that... yeah, so it's just bad wording. I apologize.
Anyway.
So, would you like a PvP version of the event?
I would like a PvP version of this.
See, I played a lot more of it so I could get that Captura tile. I really don't, because of the number of people I connected to and was rubber banding so goddamn hard.
Right, but you wouldn't. That's why we have two topics on this, because if you don't want that, you don't have to play it. And we came up with a way that it would not impact you at all, and you can still farm your Captura tile. It would not affect you at all. But I would like to do it, and as the next one's going to say, most people would like to play it as well. So I don't care about your rubber banding. Sorry.
I think as an
alternative. But okay, yeah, I don't have to play it. But do you think that the defective product should be allowed on the game?
What? You think Dog Days is brilliant as it is? Just go stand on top of any of the external pillars and watch as the mobs go around in circles, unable to shoot upwards? Yeah, not defective in any way, shape, or form. Like, watch Sabuchi's video; it's great.
I was actually referring more to the fact that PvP it cannot. Like, honestly, if the game code can't handle doing it PvE, like, I don't know how PvP could work.
What?
I was getting so much rubber banding throughout the entirety of the event.
Right, but that's
just 4 people.
That's just the connection between the people, not the net code. That's not the net code.
No, that is the net code. How do you think Conclave works?
So here's a little.
No, it is though. It's 8 people.
To put that off a little bit, though, that's also 8 people on many dedicated servers now.
How many dedicated?
There are a bunch of people. There's a ton of people that are hosting PvP servers now. Like all the people who actually care about PvP host their own servers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and you're comparing where there's 4 people and saying, oh, look, if it's rubber banding on this, maybe, your anecdotal view of it went, oh, well, I was farming it, versus, all the thousands of other people playing it and probably having no problem. I've never had a problem with it. You're like, oh, but if it can't handle 4 people, it won't handle 8, because I saw
you haven't had any issues with the host migration issues, and the comments have complained about that.
Yep. That's why I yield to them and say, okay, well, yeah, there maybe is a bigger problem there. I wouldn't say that it needs directly fixing or anything, but I haven't seen a problem. Lots of the people in the comments say, oh, this definitely is a problem. I've had this situation. And I'm like, oh, maybe there is a big problem there. Not going, oh, well, I've never seen any, so the net code must be fine.
Isn't that literally what you just said?
No.
I could have sworn you just said the netcode is fine because you've not had any problem with Dog Days.
Thousands of people. I've never seen anyone complain about Dog Days having problems. No one but you and your limited interactions with a couple of people rubber banding, which is more likely due to Occam's razor, a few people you've been playing with bad connections in whatever time frame you've been playing, rather than everyone else was not an issue.
Suppose you didn't say that I wasn't the issue.
So to give a little possibility, I also had half and half of it. So I did have a couple that were bad, but I also had the others that I did were perfectly fine.
Right. Were you hosting the ones that were fine?
No.
Right, okay.
I was not. But there were also a couple that I was hosting that it was rubber banding.
For you or for other people?
for me.
That's
the weird
interesting.
Yeah.
So the NPCs were rubber banding everywhere.
Is it the NPCs or the players that are rubber banding, by the way?
I don't care about the players. It was the NPCs.
NPCs. Okay.
Yeah, it was mostly the NPCs because it was the problem of their projectiles, and because it's already not.
You couldn't hit them.
Yeah. Now, the advice from Loz last week of just back up and they'll come at you. Obviously, that works in solo. So.
You see, I'm betting some of the, if you're saying that's rubber banding, you couldn't hit them. By the way, it's really hard to aim with that gun. I don't think that gun even shoots straight. So I'm going to think there might be an issue.
It does shoot straight.
It does arch. Yeah. I think some of that issue might be like, shoot. I can't hit them. Oh, it's rubber banding. It's like, no, you just can't
they
aim.
move. They rubber. That's not what rubber banding is.
I know.
A little bit though. But Drew was hitting them really easily, or hitting them really well, even when they were rubber banding on some of them in the footage last week.
Yeah.
So I think there's a mix of all of this, though. Like, I don't think it's all just bad net code.
No,
I think there's probably some not perfection in their net code, which is
also
possible.
By the way, if that's the issue, that the other things about you didn't see your friends rubber banding, but you saw the enemies rubber banding, you might not even get that.
No, I said I didn't care about the friends. The friends were rubber banding as well.
Oh, are they?
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I just didn't.
Just keep going, Drew.
Why?
Just keep going.
How am I shoveling?
Just keep going.
How am I digging?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
It's a PvE mode. Why do I care what my friends are doing?
Keep going.
Were you playing it with me, Loz? No, you were like, I'm not going to play it.
Oh, yeah. Just keep going, man. You'll reach Australia eventually.
Hey, it'll be better than here.
Move on.
What is directly opposite the UK?
What is perfectly opposite of the UK?
I don't know, but it's still going to be better than here.
Wouldn't it be like south of Australia or southern Australia?
I'm hoping it's the ocean.
Oh my. Well, okay. So you just
still be better than here. Right. Sorry. Should we? Yeah. So
it's more humid.
We got to the last question, which was, would you play the PvP version of Dog Days? Yeah. Probably give it a go. I don't know, because I remember getting quite tense and stressed out with things like Quick Steel and the Valentine Days one, so I wouldn't be surprised if I did it to what I needed to and then just quit out. So we have 80 people responded, 38% said no, 61% said yes. So that's quite nice and healthy. Right. What is Loz looking at? Trying to work it out.
Antipodes.
Huh?
You almost hit New Zealand.
Almost hit New Zealand, so we'll still hit the ocean.
Yeah, no, you need to be in the middle of the ocean to hit Australia.
Okay, but the point is, it's still better than here. So, right. Moving on, community responses from last week.
Sorry, you'd hit the Campbell Islands of New Zealand is where you'd hit.
Okay.
It's Campbell.
Campbell. It's Campbell.
The soup company.
Campbell. Anyway, so community response. Oh God, Loz, come on.
Yeah, okay. Just looking at this thing. Most things aren't opposite anything. It seems it's quite surprising.
Really?
Right. Yeah, I'll post an image in a second. We'll finish this. So first of all, people are talking about the quote segment for the end of the week. The end of each episode. Kenneth Cunningham says, "I personally love the quote segment, but if it's causing y'all extra work, then I vote to drop it." Quite similar things said by Frosties. Says drop it if you want. Zakama said they like it. Lindy, Flame Flash as well. And Trex Paddock said the movie quotes are grand. If they are struggle to work on, you could open up for the audience to submit some. So if Xeno wants, I don't need any help, but if Xeno needs some help, maybe ask on Twitter.
No, I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to keep going.
Oh, okay. Jey J24. So JJ24 or JJ24. I don't know how to quite say it. A party finder should be made rather than a new queue system for relic shares. Queues are the solution for the common player. A party finder, like in an MMO, will fulfill the needs of all of the common player. Rad shares, Tusk Thumper farming, Eidolon hunts, fishing, even Nightwave tasks can be solved with a party find. I think that's a much better way of suggesting it. Rather than people sitting in empty queues, not knowing what's going on, have a thing where a system where you can put up, I'm forming a group to do X or Y, and that way people go, oh yeah, I want to join X to farm Sarin, and so they do that. So you're putting out there rather than in the chat system, because the chat system is. Yeah, you'd have to then find them, and then you whisper them, and then it's a system where you put up groups, and people can just click and apply, and it comes to this. These people are trying to apply for your group. Works very good in World of Warcraft. The current system is one of the few things that is very good at the moment in World of Warcraft, and probably very good if they did that in Warframe.
So just to clarify, this is still matchmaking, yeah? This is still an automated service, partly
automated, yeah. It's just basically the expansion of what the chat system does basically into a more with its own UI. So you go, I want to form group, and then you go, I'm forming my group to farm Sarin Prime Brad share, and then people can scroll through the list of groups or search. They can type in Sarin and see if thing, and then there's a group, and then they click on that and say join group, and then when you're making a group, this way it works. Wow, there's a list that comes up and says people. It pings and goes bing bing bing. People are trying to join your group. You click it, it gives you a list, and you can see their item level, and it's join or reject. And you can, and then as soon as your group's full, it delists you from the thing straight away.
I'm very interested to see how something like that could work logically wise in terms of, do you base it on the reward you're after, or do you base it on the relic you're after, or is it?
You base it on what you're doing. You put in there's a box where you can type in what you're doing. So, for instance, WoW, I'll give you examples for WoW. At the moment, there'll be people farming the current raid achievement raid tier who are looking to do it at a certain, without nobody dying the entire run, I think it is. Then there's people who are looking just to farm the current raid. Then there'll be like people doing the past raid. Then there'll be people doing, finding transmog gear, and they'll type in doing transmog rog of X. Then there'll be people doing achievement runs. There'll be people doing mythic dungeons, and they just type in what they're doing, and it's in one list, and you just find what you want.
Right, so it's not automated. You have to read through a list to find what you want.
But you can search on that list.
It's like a billboard.
So you...
Okay.
No,
Searchable billboard.
It's like I was trying to envision this automated part of it. It's not really automated. As you say, it's a billboard. You have to look through it. So you put up your post and you look through it to see. But like, yeah. So that I'm fine with to a degree, but I genuinely wonder how well it would work in Warframe.
I think it could work.
Yeah. To me, the phrasing of Party Finder is normally automated, though.
Yeah, that's what I was really confused by. Because Party Finder is typically automated.
Well, what you mean in WoW? You talking about WoW again?
Well,
I don't know about WoW. I haven't played enough in.
Well, like even I remember FF14. That Party Finder.
No, this is separate from the Dungeon Finder systems.
Yeah, so that's the ambiguity. So like it's
you have but they're on separate tabs. You have the general. I want to join, and that's normally current content, like the current raids, the current things, just doing or current raid finder and dungeon finder. But then you click to a different tab, and that's like the custom finder thing where you billboard list. Yeah. So you have both. Just like that, you could just click on a node on the void, or you can click on the anywhere in the solar system when it's doing a void mission, or you have this for custom things.
I'm so glad you're actually here, because I would have assumed that they meant an automated system.
No, that's the thing. I think that.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
He needs to do something, because an automated system is basically what we already have with that you just click on the node and you just get whatever. And I people they're saying they put filters and things on trade chat and looking for group chat, but I do feel that is probably one of the few areas in the game that has been the same since forever ago. They've not really expanded on those concepts at all. Either of those things. So yeah, but moving on.
Change how they logically do them once in a while, and that they used to work with like ignored lists and stuff, but we don't know. I think the both of them though would be perfectly fine. Like I'm looking for X, and and it finds a group for you. Like I want to do more of the Jordis assassination, whatever. And I'm a custom. I'm looking for these people with this stuff like that. That's a manual accept reject.
Yeah. Next we have Frostia. A note on ESO host migration. I always go with Sarin that can go to 8 no problem. I nearly always stay there alone, so I get at least 2 host migrations per ESO. Maybe I don't do ESO that much, but I never had it drop by 40% in host migration. I feel this needs more data. How much does this really happen? Now, I thought that maybe at some point we could give this a go. I think maybe you mean Xeno, just to see how much does it drop during a host migration.
Sure.
I've seen it drop 40, but
yeah, 40 sounds huge, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. You know, we could do a few. Just I mean, it's hard. It's easy. Just go into ESO and then just the host, one of us quits, and see what the percentage is before and after. Be interesting to see.
Trying to work out. What is 40 seconds? It ticks down 1% per second, doesn't it?
About.
Oh no, it depends because the higher the difficulty, the faster the drop is.
Yeah, the rate is what changes. Yeah. Zilil Torias was saying something weird about how to solo dog days, where you put it on solo, and as soon as the timer starts, you push escape, and then wait 5 minutes.
It's been patched out.
Has that been removed? That's good.
Yeah, that got removed.
But to be honest, Majoga has also, and I saw in a video by Sabuchi, did the same. You can just stand on top of anything high, like the pillars at the edge of the map, and you can just AFK through the event. As long as you've got 1 kill more than the Grenier, you win. Ridiculous.
I was so sad because I ended up getting 48 kills on one of the dog days, which meant I was 2 points off getting the Captura scene.
Yeah, do another run.
That's to do an entire another run for 2 points.
Only you've gotten more kills.
Only.
Mm-hmm.
God damn that rubber
Thomas.
banding.
I was tempted to make a joke. I went, no, I will be higher than this, and and I'll move forward. No, you went that low.
We did actually have one run like that where we were at 97, and we were about to get our 100, which would have bumped us up to the final reward tier of the 4.
Yeah,
and we would have, but yeah, that was probably the rubber banding.
Yeah.
Thomas Hrom. Wouldn't it make more sense if you would get the rewards of this event from the Steel Meridian in Iron Wake?
It'd be nice. I don't know if it'd make more sense.
Well, I think it would, because it'd be defeating the Grenier. Steel Meridian love defeating the Grenier. I think Xeno brought this up great last week. Why are Nanak's pearls called Nanak's pearls? Did Nanak go around and name them, or did she discover them? Is she immortal? Has she been around since the beginning of time? Why are they called Nanak's pearls?
Out of interest, Tobiah, how far on the Switch version of Warframe are you?
I migrated, so...
Ah, damn it.
All the way. Well, not all the way, but where I was on PC at the time. Why?
Because I was gonna grab... I don't know where I am on mine. Because I'm not sure you can actually get to Iron Wake unless you're ready to do Chains of Harrow.
Have a look.
Yeah, I don't think you can unless you've done Chains of Harrow, because it doesn't open up until then.
Well, they could always open it up. Yeah, first appears to Chains of Harrow quest.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when it came in, and it wasn't like it was immediately visible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna boot up mine. We could keep going though.
But that's a fair point. Obviously, not everyone has access to Iron Wake, but they'd have to change that. So that's why Nanak sells them. But I think Xeno made a brilliant thing of why I think Nanak's pearls.
Yeah, it's only accessible after you get told to go there during the.
You just look it up.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will.
But then again, you could always make it from Steel Meridian on the relay to be from Nanak, and it's rather strange that it's a Nanak. But anyway, Nick Evans and Vale Colin. Oh, sorry, this is to a Borderlands. So for reference, torque guns, fire explosives, also create secondary explosions. Tear all guns since the original Borderlands are thrown away on reload and explode for damage based on how much ammo is left in them. Right, fair enough. I just also want to point out I refuse to play or buy Borderlands 3. Just want to say that.
Is this? I was literally going to ask. Have you guys heard about the thing?
Well, it's a bit dubious about the thing, but I was already a negative when they did the move to.
Oh, you know they've admitted it.
What, sending the thing to somebody's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also some dubious. It's not entirely clear how much the guy's been doing, and apparently it's been over investigations over other things the guy's been doing, and this was like the final straw for them.
Well, I think it's probably
they sent some guys to someone's house, but we'll move around to. We won't talk about that.
We'll talk about it
later.
later.
Moving on. Okay.
Okay.
The Shintai. I think that what we need perhaps is a second PvP only Nightwave that gives people a reason to play the PvP modes and encourages them to rank up that faction and unlock the skins. What do you guys think about that? So it'd be a completely separate Nightwave system, so that you got your current Nightwave system. It's not touched. You don't have to, it's not crossover. You don't get points doing one. But a system for PvP that works on seasons, so that you play PvP, you unlock challenges, and it works like so. It's a Nightwave, completely separate for
you have to choose one or the other.
No, you can do both or neither.
So
if you want to ignore the PvP, you ignore the PvP and you don't get any of the PvP.
Would it basically be the same rewards then?
I think different rewards. It'd be PvP skins and
like there's already quests.
Yeah, but they just give junk.
But so my point is, I don't even know if this would yield good results. Like, I don't know if people would.
Well, you say quests, they just give.
No, I meant the dailies. Yeah.
The daily challenges only give more rep, and the weeklies, I think, do give random things, but they're just like mods and a few resources. Never anything impressive.
Maybe
Whereas, like, if there was a special PvP skin for finishing the season, be a bit of a prideful thing. Will I play the Conclave?
I think we should ask, do you want a PvP Nightwave?
Or should
no,
PvP get its own Nightwave? Get its own separate.
No, I think people would say yes, it should get one, but I'm more interested. Like, do you want it to have one?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how many people actually would want one.
Yeah,
they would do it because.
Okay, yeah, go for it then.
I think a lot of the existing challenges give most of the PvP stuff anyway. So unless it's like PvP mods and stuff that would actually help you in PvP, then it would kind of be not fair in PvP, because that's kind of the point of PvP, is it's supposed to be more even.
Well, looking at the rewards, what you get from Nightwave, first of all, there's credits, which gives the cosmetic helmets and things. You could easily copy those across so that you can get those in there. There wouldn't be anything wrong with that. Its own sigils, not really an issue. They can go in there. Slots, that can go in there. There's stencils for Former that can go in there, yeah. A few mods, maybe. Is that Sugatra? A Sugatra, that'd be cool for PvP. A little statue, yeah, Teshin statue would be fun. I'd hilarious about that. Orokin Reactor, that'd be go in there. Noggles, come on, Noggles. Yeah. Exos Adapter, skin for the K drive. They could come up with that, put that in there.
Right, but then for the people who care about the K drives, because it's like it's PvP people.
Yeah, but still, that's the thing, is you need to give PvP. But what about the PvP people who are playing a lot of PvP and don't want to do a lot of PvE, but still want to get a K-Drive skin? Why not? Why not give them that? There's a two-handed weapon skin. Most of the stuff could be copied across. The only question I would be is when you put things like, say, like Umbral Former, maybe skip those in there.
Because it's the same thing that PvP people say to PvE people who don't want to play PvP. If you want these sweet skins, go play PvP.
I'm basically kicking PvP a little bit and saying it doesn't get everything because it is the lesser thing, and you got it's like if you want the Umbral form, you have to go play the PvE. But I still want to give PvP something, and I think skins are something which can be given to them. And if you don't lose out gameplay, it's not a gameplay affecting thing. A skin, whereas an Umbral former is. And it's so unique.
Jumping on one thing that you said, I'd be amazed how many PvP players have K drives. Because I would have thought most dedicated PvP players would have no reason to have a K drive because they wouldn't be able to use it ever.
Maybe, but I don't think it's a large pool of people that are completely 100% dedicated to PvP.
That's true.
But hey, like a Conclave logo on a K drive, I'd get that. I'd use that instead of all these crazy.
You don't see the skin pictures on K drives anyway.
On the bottom,
underneath, where you never see them.
Yeah, that's
you can look underneath.
Point. When do you look underneath?
When do you see them?
When can you look underneath? When you
the only time you can see them are like if you're nose grinding, and that's like you have to turn your camera really weird to even see them. The only time it pops up is on the points.
There should be an emote where you get your K drive out and like hold it like a.
100% agree.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah, but fair point. But still, yeah.
I mean, they're cool looking. Don't get me wrong. But you never see them. I mean, it's like when they initially brought in Sayandana, and then there was something really cool on the inside of the Sayandana.
Yeah.
You're never going to see it. So what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Right, but that's that for the comments. Oh, can I stop skipping over it? Yep. Shall I move on?
Yes, so we're moving on to topics now, yeah? Right, so topic 1. Warframe isn't a MOBA. Stop giving kill rewards exclusively on last hits. Topic.
Oh, no. Reread that. There's a wonderful typo. Exclusively.
Exclusively.
Okay. Like, I was reading, I'm like, I know Google Chrome is saying that there's a spelling mistake in that. I have no idea what it is. Right, so topic 2, Kuva Fortress for Riven Rolls, wacky idea. And then topic 3, I don't think the game needs nullifiers at all. So you held out. You've been holding out on us, man. You've been waiting until you come on the show and you're like, yeah, nullifier topic.
I got this nullifier.
There's a nullifier.
Not just complaining.
Let's see when this was released. I bet this was released in like 2017. He's been holding on to it the entire time. Like,
it was actually like 3 days ago.
August 4th. And let me just quickly change 2017 on there. So, yep. Okay. Right.
Actually, well, August 3rd for me. So, it was after midday. Well, after 6 p.m.
Right, so, Warframe isn't a MOBA. Stop giving kill rewards exclusively on last hits. Dog Days is probably my favorite event so far in Warframe. Wow! Wow! Okay. Okay. Gameplay is simple, balanced, fun, and highly repeatable. And thanks to DE's recent changes, the mode is now also less grindy and avoids incentivizing players to go AFK. LOZ. However...
what? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, because you get points based on your kills.
But I can go do something else in the 5 minutes.
Well, it depends. 50. It depends on whether or not you have anything better to do with your time. However, I found myself being tailed by one of my teammates who was waiting for me and the others to soften up the executioners before trying to swoop in for a last hit, allowing them and only them to get the rewards from my kills. Despite being a team, Warframe gives kill rewards based on last hits, just like a MOBA. If you've done something to make an enemy die, you should get credit for that enemy's death in Dog Days. This would easily solve the problem of kill stealing by giving credit to every player who damaged an executioner on their death.
I'm totally against this person's views because, to be honest, if you really wanted to get these extra points and they're worried about other people kill stealing, they can just play on solo. It'll only spawn 3 mobs, and you can just keep killing those 3 mobs. And that is, you can pretty much be killing constantly with those 3 mobs because they respawn pretty close to you. If they want to be killing extra mobs in a group of people, well, then they're basically kill stealing the mobs that are spawning for other players. Also, if you give it to any player who kills, it's shed of the team, you're just going to encourage AFK playing again.
Yeah, actually, that's a fair point.
Yeah, and then it'll be less players against a larger pool of mobs, and it's just like, why would you do this? So I have no issue with it because you still can just solo through it and literally go do anything else and just come back every 5 minutes and just for no effort get the 50 things. I mean, I don't know how have you guys have you done a lot since this change was implemented? How many extra ones do you normally get?
Anything 20? Between 25 and 48. 48 was the highest I got.
48 is pretty impressive.
That was when I was 2 off. I was so annoyed.
Soloing, I used to kill about, when I just did it against 3 mobs, I used to kill about 20 to 30 mobs just from doing it solo. So to be honest, that's not too much of a loss. You could just do it that way if you're worried about people kill stealing.
Sure, but this is also a co-op game.
That's true, but if then just play it and just have fun. It's just a little event for cosmetics.
It should be like incentivizing co-op play and playing together.
The problem is that Warframe was never designed to reward people based on the number of kills you got, right?
Also, yeah.
So this,
I think like Affinity or Shared.
Yeah, I mean, like it was a huge problem when Focus was just you, because there were so many Warframes that could exploit that, and
Thanks, Nova.
No, Nova wasn't one of them.
No, she was after the first change.
No, she. What do you mean after the first change?
No, originally Nova. When they exploded, all the kills went to Nova.
Yes, but Focus wasn't in at that point.
Yeah.
Right. But it ended up.
It was Ash and Saren, and Ember. Yes. They were the worst for it.
But it was brilliant for farming Affinity, because you could just play as Nova and get all the kills.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, you could.
No, you couldn't. They didn't have it at that point.
What? No, Affinity, as in the EXP from the kill, went to the Nova.
No, but it was shared at that point, right? We're talking about the Focus system where it was exclusive to one person.
No, before Focus, I mean for leveling things.
Yeah, but it was still shared at that point, even.
Yeah, but the kills went to you still. If people were out of range, then...
Yeah, but no, we didn't care about that.
Well, I know, it wasn't... We did care, but...
Did we care?
It did matter for those... You remember those kill leaderboards, though? It did matter for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So for the people with the top 100 kills or whatever...
Yeah.
It did change that. So they would go, and if someone... I mean, you could go sit in ODD, which is what we did a ton of, and take all the kills.
Yeah.
Because you just splatter the entire map with Nova and you get all the kills.
Was ODD out at that? Yeah, no, it was.
ODD was pretty early.
Yeah, no, it was right after Nova. So, yeah, no, it totally was. Right.
Because that was where a lot of the first primes came in alongside the keys.
Is kill stealing really an issue in there? If the event lasted more than 9 days, like the event should be over after this episode comes out, or maybe just after, like a few hours after, then to that I'm like, it's way too late. Like, just don't learn from it, sure, but if people are going to complain about getting points from kills, then take them away, because you can't make everyone happy. And like, the only real way to resolve this is to have it recognized who contributes to a kill, but then it's a case of the game doesn't support that. The game's never been built to work out kill assists, so they have to go into the core engine just to accommodate a 9-day event. Like, to me, this is just excessive, right? This,
as we're playing with water guns, this complaint feels like those kids who get upset, like, you can't shoot me, I'm invincible. It's like, it just feels stupid. It's a event for farming fun cosmetics, for a bit of a fun joke, break from the game. It doesn't give any... You can't, like, get Former. The only thing you can get is you can easily get the mods from Rathoon, which you could always get from just playing with Doom.
I thought it was just Kayla.
Is it just Kayla's?
I think the problem is not... I don't think they're trying to say just this event, though, because there have been waves of it over time in Warframe where the person getting the last kill is the only one getting the credit.
But those normally change, as Xeno pointed out, like with the focus system.
But things like the kill statistics still account for that.
But they're never... There's no leaderboards or anything for it. It's just...
It's not public. I mean, not like DE run leaderboards, but...
Right, but you were saying earlier about how it's a cooperative game, and DE don't run anything that encourages it not to be cooperatively for the rest of the game. That's other people then adding something in that's making it competitive.
Sure.
I don't see a reason to amend the game just to work out kill assists. I don't see a reason to incentivize people to half-ass try. I appreciate that this is a co-op game, and if they were to turn around and say, okay, so what we'll do is we will give all of the... So we'll get the team score, and then we'll divvy that up to everyone. They'd have to jack up all the prices, right?
Yeah.
You can't change those numbers mid-event. I mean, just be thankful that they added in this incentive to actually participate rather than just AFK up a tree. It is up a tree, isn't it?
Tree, hill, or one of the bollards at the edge of the map.
You could get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go beyond them, you'll die, but you can stand on top of them. They are within the map boundary.
Okay, I thought they were
and the mobs can't shoot up. That's the problem. You could also make the mobs shoot up. The thing is, I would have much preferred if they added things in, like make the mobs have grenades. Give us grenades.
Like water balloons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Water balloons would be cool.
Pool noodles.
What?
Do you not know what a pool noodle is?
No, I know what a pool noodle is, but I couldn't tell what you were saying.
Yeah, no, just give us them for melee. Just
Run
run up to them and so whack
noodle?
No.
And I was like, why would you have them pulling noodles?
A pool noodle.
Swiggity swiggle swoodle.
Anyway. Okay. Should we go into the replies? I don't really think there's much more we can add to this.
Ever since the hotfix, I avoided public Dog Days games due to other players kill stealing, thus giving me less pearls. It would be nice if assists are eligible for a pearl as well. While you were talking, by the way, I just had a go. I couldn't even tell if people were kill stealing. I got the lowest of the team, 20, highest was 34. If people were kill stealing, I still got 20 extra pearls from playing. Somebody maybe got maybe 5 or 6 pearls from kill stealing my kills. Do I care? Not really.
I think one way that they're saying it, though, is like, things like, let's say you got multiple assists. Giving one for, say, 3 assists, as opposed to the one that they're going to get for
the kill.
But
you weren't doing nothing.
Let's say I still got 20 from doing it. So the player who did the most, if he got 34, for instance, on this run, I still managed to get 20, even if there was kill stealers. I got 70, they got 84. Do we, as Xeno was saying, do we really need to go into the game code, have an entire change to the way assists and whatever work, just because I didn't quite get the maximum pearls per minute that I could have got?
But here's another point: there is no limit to the enemies either.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like there's only 8 enemies and it's like Call of Duty where after you've killed the enemies, the round's over.
I think the issue here, though, is it's, for the example given in BioP, it is like they're specifically following you to not actually help, but just to grief.
I did it a lot during Wednesday. I never saw that. I saw more rubber banding.
I think that would take more effort than actually just going out and shooting things yourself. You'd have to be actively following another player and then trying to snipe at the last second their kills. When there's so many enemies, you could just go out and shoot your own enemies.
Right, but that's what this player is saying has happened.
Like, if we are talking about
No. That's what this player thinks has happened.
Like,
they have no way of proving it. They just think that other people are still kill stealing.
I found myself being tailed by one of my teammates.
Yeah, right. But I was just playing this event now. It's so manic. Were they honestly? There's a player that's literally just standing behind them. You know, it's their conception of the game, not actual proof. Do they have a video of it? Do they? It seems a bit weird here. It seems they're constructing a narrative from their own experience. They really think it's happening. I think if you honest, I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna do this now. I'm gonna put this mission. I'm gonna actually try and follow another player and try and kill steal off them and see how effective this is. Because I think you would actually be less efficient doing that.
Out of interest, do they actually give any numbers? Like, oh, they kill steal 20 of my kills or anything like that? Because
let me go check the actual thing. I think MDRLOz is checking it too.
Yeah.
Like.
So I always say it was a PC player. Yeah, it's a PC player.
I'm
the exact number of kills that they lost. No,
it's.
They said as a teammate tends to find themselves at 30 plus, while I find myself usually 4 or 5 short of my usual score. So yeah, 4 or 5 is not really going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah. What's your usual score?
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're
said that.
So
Well, exactly. This is like what I had in just now. There was a player on 34. I was on 20. When I play solo, I normally get about 25-ish kills. So I would say, yeah, I was 4 or 5 short of my usual score. Maybe one of the players was doing that, but it means they got to magically up to 34. I was on 20 because I lost 4 kills. Is this really a big problem? Is this really a mission critical problem?
That just screams to me.
Is this really an Avengers level threat?
Like,
no.
It just screams to me more the fact that you getting those 20 kills was just you were in the place where the enemies weren't. Right? When you're doing solo...
You were attacking a mob and somebody just at a different angle came in and just was shooting the same mob because they saw it there. I don't... and they're like, oh, you kill steal. It's like, no, I was just running around shooting mobs. Just run around and shoot more mobs.
Yeah, overall, it doesn't really matter.
No, yeah, okay. Are we in the replies? I can't remember.
We had the first one, so we're on to the second one. I could do it solo and easily get 30 to 50 more pearls for the 5 minutes I'm spending in the event, or I could go into a group and actively participate and come away with 10 because someone kept stealing all of my kills. Now,
I'm sorry. I call fucking bullshit. 30 to 50? That's a huge fucking window.
Yeah.
That is a big window. Yeah.
20.
So it's not. No. It doesn't say that they could get 30 to 50 just playing solo. They said 30 to 50 more pearls than a run when they're with people. Apparently. So apparently, and they say come away with 10. So they're saying that when they're doing it solo, they get 40 to 60.
I'm sorry, I call bullshit. I
would
call
be awesome. Not gonna lie.
I call bullshit. Pixel didn't happen. I'm sorry to be so callous, but I'm sorry, Pixel didn't happen.
Often we don't often say, oh, you've got to have evidence of it, but it would be so easy for you to give some evidence with this one. They could easily link in some pictures of, here, I just did I know they could fake them, but at least they'd be evidencing something.
It's only 5 minutes. That's a shadow play.
They could do that too, yeah.
Or just hit F6.
I would appreciate some print screens if they were honestly like, look, here's me doing it solo, and go, look, 60, let's say 60 kills. Like, wow, you're impressive. And then they do it solo, and it's like 10, and they can show their teammates, from that.
Or they could just give it up and say that their teammates were.
I honestly think this is just occasionally somebody runs past in front of someone else and shoots the same mob. Like, oh no, I'm killed.
Hold on. If you're telling me that you're good enough to get 40 kills in solo on dog days, but when you're playing with
Grandmaster. This is a Grandmaster.
No, what is this? The comment, a Grandmaster?
No, I'm commenting that this person is a Grandmaster.
Okay, cool. So if they're good enough to solo and get 40 kills, right? When let's use Loz as a bit of a benchmark, you get on average 25. Right? Yeah, from memory, from recollection, right?
Yeah.
If this person gets 40, how the fuck are they only getting 10 when they're on their own? Sorry, when they're in a group. Sorry, my bad. Like, how the hell are they only getting 10?
Well, because of the kill stealing.
Or they could just be lining them up on solos.
What do you mean lining them
up? Keeping them very close together and.
So what, like sitting on top of like someone that's exploitive?
Or the example Loz was giving last episode of he just walked backwards.
Yeah, when you get far enough from the AI, when the AI is close to you, it does strafing actions. When you're far away, it tries to get close to you so it can do strafing actions. So if you just always run away, they just run at you. And then you just line them up, and then you shoot them in a straight line.
I'm honestly, if anyone can correct me for this, please do. But that disparity between 10 and 40 just seems way too off.
They are also saying the team managed to kill 130, whereas another team member got credit for the full 80. So that means the other two of them got 40. Or 20 each. Ish.
And one player got 80.
Yeah.
Pixel didn't happen.
I mean, I'm kind of on the same at that point, yeah.
Like, I'm expecting those numbers to be massively exaggerated.
Maybe this guy responded some more with one.
80? Fuck, I had to push really hard, and I only got 48. I like pushed really goddamn hard to keep my kills constantly happening and not die. 80?
Well, it's not like you get docked for dying, though, do you?
No, you don't.
No.
So there's no reason they couldn't have just dove in constantly with no caution. Because the respawn timer is what, like 5 seconds?
If that. Feels less. It feels like 3.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible to get that many, but...
It feels... Yeah, okay. Should we move on to the next comment?
Stop putting competitive elements in cooperative gameplay. It leads to a frustrating experience with random pubbies, and even more frustrating experience when playing with friends.
But people wanted this. They want...
Yeah, no one's ever going to be happy. It's ridiculous.
There is no happiness. Happiness is a lie.
Only Zool. Sorry.
It just makes me feel that DE should have planned for it and gone like, oh yeah, you're only getting 25 points. Oh, people are complaining. Let's up it to 50. There you go, everyone. We got your back. Wink.
Yeah, those super sly department store sales.
Yeah.
We know this is how much it's really worth.
Oh, you talking about anchoring again, are you?
I think so.
Yeah, when you like, oh, this is worth this much, and then you're saying like, oh, but then we'll give you twice as many, or it's worth half the price now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I'm fine with this. I don't see why it needed. Yeah, okay. Next one.
What less pearls? You still get the base 50. I think this person's unaware of the
There's
drops
an addition
for kills. Yeah.
No, to what they say. There's an addition.
Oh,
next line.
But I agree. Assist should give pearls too. The point is rewarding participation. I still don't think they're aware of the ones on kills.
Actually, I'm pretty sure participation's gonna reward more then, because all you have to do is just shoot one thing, like do one shot on everything, and then like everyone else kills it up. Oh yeah, there you go. You've got like 5,000 pearls. No, I think assist in a game like this could be more exploitive.
Yeah, they solved they made people play the game a bit more by not just AFKing. There is an advantage for enjoying the gameplay, which is all this is. It's supposed to be just a bit of fun gameplay over the summer holiday. Well, okay, it's not the most fair. Maybe there's a little bit, but to be honest, it's just shoot more people. There's just loads of people to shoot. Just shoot them. Oh. I got 20 that time, but I suppose I was reading points.
Tobiah?
I haven't actually played since after the change, so I may go farm some, but I don't really have a plan on making this my bread and butter for 4 days.
2 days. Sign up for 2 more days.
2 days, yeah.
Alright, so it should still be up on Monday. So if anyone...
the last point... Oh.
So if anyone has a... oh no, this is totally doable. Please send a screenshot. Just go to my... Okay, so here's a point. Here's something I should have put in the dojo justing. My Twitter DMs, they're publicly accessible now. I turned off I had to be following you. Oh. I'm insane. But...
Yes, you are.
If you want to prove to me that what this post is talking about is the true, flood me with images. I don't care.
You turn that off in Twitter.
You're gonna get so many spam bots with.
Just flood me with. Can you?
With goats.
Cool. But like just send me screenshots of what the scores you get solo versus what the scores you get with other players. But anyway, last point, Loz.
How'd you turn that off then?
You have to go into your settings and then privacy.
Privacy. Protect your tweets. Direct messages. Receive messages from anyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
I think that's actually newish because they used
been
to.
There for a while.
Oh, okay.
I swear it's been there for a couple of years.
I think it used to be. I thought it was the case that you basically had to have it. Like if you wanted an actual DM conversation, you had to follow each other. So.
Yeah, it was like that for... I think they changed it before they even changed the 280 character limit.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, the last point is, I mean, if everyone benefited from killing lots of enemies, then you wouldn't have people complaining about kill stealing. Plus, everyone would have an incentive to kill more enemies.
Yeah, but then like
No,
we mentioned earlier,
no, you wouldn't.
Well, yeah, if you
You would have more of an
made it
incentive
that-
to kill assist.
Yeah, you're right. You'd be more of an incentive to tap mobs and then try and then not kill mobs. You're more optimized to ground and
Everyone
shoot
would have
each
a
mob
tap.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would become this crazy game where you wouldn't know if you've shot that mob yet.
You just keep shooting every mob once. And,
Once,
I
yeah.
shot this one.
yeah.
And then everyone else would be trying to do the same, and thus the mobs might not die, and then they have a higher chance of killing you because there'll be lots of mobs around you. This is just stupid. It's just ridiculous.
Out of interest, were there any replies that were against what this topic was talking about, or is it all in agreement? I think Tobiah's looking.
I'm looking.
Captain Tobiah. He looks. With his eye.
You know, they didn't actually record a draw line for Kayla. There is a fail line. I went and listened to it. If you do lose.
Yeah.
But if you draw, she just says you've won. And then it comes up draw.
The closest one I'm seeing is I don't think those AFKers should spend time and money on a boring game like Warframe. They should watch those sponsored Warframe partners for free on YouTube instead.
Oh, can I just clarify that? If you get a draw above 0, I think if you get a 0, it counts as a loss. But if you get a draw on like 1-1, it then counts it as your victory, but says draw, and then it's weird.
Anyway.
I mean, for the most part, across all these, it's like there's not really any disagreement. It's just disagreement on how factual or how much of an impact it would cause.
All right. But yeah, I think personally, if they did kill assists, like people would just tag enemies constantly, and then instead of actually just going, oh right, I have got that kill, I have got that kill, and I've got that kill, I have now got 27 kills. Awesome. Yeah, just from tagging enemies. And yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Right. I'm going to ask a ticket. Sorry, ask a ticket. God, I'm going to ask a question. I don't know. Have you suffered kill stealing? It's hard. This is hard because, like,
have you found kill stealing to be a problem in Dog Days?
Have you found kill stealing? Actually, that's way too long, so I'm just going to put, is kill stealing a problem in Dog Days? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is kill stealing a problem in Dog Days?
Can you fit big problem, or is that too many?
I should be able to get big problem.
I want to make people aware. It's like, is it actually a serious issue that's like, oh my god, my entire experience has been ruined? Or is it more likely, oh my god, that person stole 2 of my kills? I still got at least 20 though. Oh no.
Moving on with life.
Yeah, moving on.
I think I've had experiences where, you know, kill stealing has happened, but only in the capacity of I was rubber banding to hell and back. You know, which is to be expected, where enemies are not where I'm pointing my gun anymore.
Yeah.
Anywho, right. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yep.
Topic number 2. Cuba Fortress for Riven Roll's wacky idea. You select...
So a little preface. There were 2 replies from Rebecca. They weren't like meaningful replies. They were basically just, we'll take a look at this after the whiteboard is done.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Okay, cool. Cuba Fortress for Riven Roll's wacky idea. You select a Riven at the start of the mission. Each rotation rolls the Riven. Each rotation?
Yeah.
Okay. What do they mean? Each rotation?
Like it rolls the Riven every. Well, read the next one.
Okay. I'll go through the whole thing. The mission will have 10-minute rotations like arbitrations. Mission rewards will be completely removed. Only Kuva is rewarded if you don't have a Riven equipped. And the only purpose of the mission is to roll Rivens. Once you're happy with the Riven stats, you bounce out. If you don't have a Riven equipped to receive Kuva, you receive Kuva comparable to a Flood, because Flood missions are done in 3 to 5 minutes anyway. Okay. Anyone want to say anything, or shall I start? I shall start. Cool. First off, I don't like 10-minute rotations. I hate them in arbitrations. They frustrated the crap out of me. It really appeals more to a endurance run crowd. I'm not in that. I'm really not in that.
Don't you only get 1 flood per hour?
Yep.
Yeah.
Aren't they asking for a crazy amount of Kuva here?
Yeah.
It would be double the amount from a Flood. But if you're in a Flood,
No.
They
said a flood every 5 minutes. It's 20 floods.
No. Every 10 minutes.
And,
Reward out every 10 minutes. That's what they're saying.
So it's 6 floods then.
Yeah.
They get 6 floods an hour.
Yeah.
3,500 is not 6 floods.
No, they're saying that they receive a Kuva comparable to a flood, because flood missions are done in 3 to 5 minutes anyway. But you're getting that in 10 minutes worth if you don't have a Riven equipped, and you could do 60 minutes of this. But at the moment, you only get 1 flood per hour. But you would be able to do this for 60 minutes
per hour. You're getting the equivalent of 6 floods.
Yes.
If you don't have a Riven equipped, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think the target is more people that have a Riven equipped. And if you don't have a Riven equipped, it would be faster. I think the scaling here would be, though, that it would be a lot higher difficulty.
How much Kuva can you get from a Flood?
2,400 if you have a cat buff.
So it is more. Is that with a double resource buff?
2,500. Yeah, 2,500 actually.
2,500.
It's like 1,260 something with just just booster.
Is it?
Yeah,
I swear that's base.
600 without booster.
Is it 600?
It's 600 on a normal with a booster.
Maybe the wiki article said with the booster. But, okay, so...
I was just doing this morning.
Right, okay. So, it is more beneficial to do the... Oh, God, name of the thing. The Riven reroll than the Kuva from the Flood on this. Right? Because a roll would be effectively the equivalent of 3,500. Right? So you'd get less actual Kuva compared to a roll, right? So in that regards, fine. I've got no issue with that.
You're assuming a max ranked Riven.
Yes.
Yeah, but the others, it only takes, 5 rolls to get there? 6 rolls?
Yeah. No, it's still...
Is it? I thought it was less than that.
It may be. I don't know exactly how many it is to get to 3,500, but typically people count how much time they're going to spend based on the max.
Or maybe yeah, I can't remember actually. I don't remember
but
what
it's also not a max rank, because it doesn't matter what rank it is when you roll it.
Yeah.
I can cost list. No, it only hits max after 10 rolls. It gets the cost of 10 rolls. So you're getting 9 rolls. You could get the equivalent Kuva that would give you more efficiency over those first few rolls. But yeah.
Okay.
My point is, this is a crazy amount of Kuva.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be a crazy amount of Kuva.
Okay. Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it's a crazy amount of Kuva.
Right.
Yes.
The issue I have is judging whether or not keeping the stats is worth it. That's my issue, right? So you've re-rolled a Riven, and it's like, okay, is it worth keeping these stats? I typically need time to sit down and go yes or no, right? because I have to think about the weapon it's going on. Yeah.
Right, so you do lose that as well. You don't get quite as much time to go, is this my optimal?
Yeah,
is this what I really want?
Which I don't.
It is going to have a lot more mistakes made.
Yeah, so
part of that is you also have more chances to make up for that.
So, in that regard, I think... Okay, so here's a question for you. Because I'm leaning on towards the idea of this. Adapting this idea so that after you've rolled it, you then pick another Riven to roll.
I think you would have to just leave and make a new one.
Well, no, because... Sorry. Yeah, Drew, tell them half of the idea. Right, so... I say I'm doing my Lato, right? I'm doing my Lato Riven. I've got to 10 minutes. Right, my Lato Riven has been re-rolled. Right, now pick another Riven. Okay, I pick my Soma Riven. Get to 20 minutes. Re-rolled. Okay, now pick another Riven. I pick my Boltor Riven. Right, and then after 30 minutes, we leave.
You do the same one each time.
No, hold on. After 30 minutes, we leave. Right? Then, on the exit screen, it goes, right, this is your Lato Riven. These are the two stats. This is what you had. This is what you've now rolled. Right? This is your Soma Riven. This is what you had. This is what you rolled. Right? And then you can choose out of mission what you want to keep. Because I don't think it's fair to do it in mission.
So what people will do is just they want to roll one Riven at a time, so they'll just do 10 minutes and leave every single time.
Yeah, I don't think that would... I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't like that, because especially the idea of being able to, like, basically stack rolls and have more opportunities. Because, for example, me, I don't take that long to choose. I mean, I'm not that good at picking, because I'm not really going for paying Rivens. I'm going for what looks like what I need, and I have an idea of what I need, and if it's not that, I don't take it, for example. So for someone like me, it's not going to be a big deal, because it's just like, nah, this isn't it. Keep going.
But there would still be surely some situations for you where you'd find it quite hard if there were two very close mods and one had a little bit more damage and one had a little multi-shot and a little bit of this or something. You're like,
exactly.
Which one? Ooh, tricky.
But I do think that's also part of the trade-off, is you don't get that time. And this is kind of a... I don't know a good way to put this, but it's like this is the pressure cooker for Rivens.
A part of me feels then that maybe on that screen you see the weapon with the Riven in, and then you see the stats. Is that my phone or someone else's phone?
Mine.
Okay. You have the Riven with the stats. So you have the gun with the Riven in tow, and you see the stat difference. Like, that's the only so it's an easier comparison. If you want green numbers, red numbers, I don't really care for that. I don't care for that granularity, but I think it is important to be able to see what the sort of effect is in the gun, because often people like myself, like I'm pretty sure Joey does this as well, when you've got a weapon, Riven, you're like, I like this. Okay, let me get a mental picture of what it... Or go to the actual arsenal, take a screenshot of the actual weapon with the stats of the Riven, then go to the actual Riven, re-roll it. Is this worth it? No, yes, whatever.
Yeah, so you could even make it like you have to have the weapon on you.
I'm not opposed to that. Loz?
So it would have to be a Riven from a weapon on you, yeah.
Thoughts, Loz? I'm not opposed to that.
What, it has to be when you have equipped?
Yeah.
That's not a big issue. It's fine, you can add that in. But I still think my issue is still on how this destroys the current Kuva economy. That's where I'm at. I
think of it less as a Kuva economy and more of a Kuva farm. I mean, for people like me who don't much care for them, it's not a big deal. But like you're saying, it does make a big deal for people who will do this over and over and over and get their theoretically really hard to get Riven rolls a lot faster, because they are not having to farm hundreds of hours of Kuba.
I have a proposition for Loz.
I'm not one who likes ribbons at all. I don't normally go farming at all. I still think this ruins the economy.
Okay, proposition.
Which I can appreciate.
Proposition for you, Loz. Right.
Yeah.
You get the ribbon. Sorry, you get the Kuva equivalent to a normal Kuva siphon, right? But you have a 10% chance. No, or is it 60th? I don't know. You have a chance that the Kuva you get is actually the equivalent of a Kuva flood, right? On the rewards. Does that make sense?
What's the normal? What you're saying is we normally get how much?
Say we normally get like 500, or is it 600 normal?
With or without booster?
Let's say with booster. Let's just stick with booster.
Okay, so 600-ish.
Yeah, so 600. I think it's like 550 with a booster.
Wait. What? If you're now talking about the amount of Kuva I get instead of the reroll, then you're still saying you get rerolls if you haven't equipped Riven?
No, let's focus on the one problem first. Let's focus because you're concerned.
Well, we've got Kuva survival.
Huh? No, but let's at least give
survival.
people variation because people get bored of Kuva survival.
Survival also gives a fraction of this amount.
Yeah, survival is not Kuva efficient.
Then we're back to let's make Kuva survival more efficient. Isn't that what they're asking for?
Well, they're asking for a completely
harder
different
mission type as well.
Yeah. How many arbitrations have you done, Loz?
No, I see arbitrations. Yeah, if it would be, I suppose, like arbitration style would be interesting. Did they say anything about making it harder though? I don't see them saying anything about making.
They didn't. I
mean, I can get behind that if that's the issue. Yeah.
I think it's implied.
More rewards without more difficulty, though.
I think it's implied because the mission rule will give 10-minute rotations like arbitrations. So I think they are expecting it to be difficult like arbitrations. Because arbitrations are bloody baller hard.
I would be much more interested if there was a limit on the amount of either runs of this or rotations you could do in a day or week. So that way you didn't have to worry about Kuva. You could just get every day you do this for 10 minutes and you get a free reroll.
But what you're saying is you can't do it for
endlessly
on 100 hours a week.
No, yeah. Once a day, maybe 10 minutes. That way, at least everyone can get a bit more rerolling done, and you get one a day.
Worth a day?
How many rerolls do you get in an hour?
6.
Yeah, you see that would be because there's a limit. I'm much more in favor of that now because it's limiting. Because you after that hour is up, you're then free to go do your Kuva survivals and your Kuva floods and your Kuva missions normally if you want to do more a day. But I don't want to make it so that this is unlimited because then this will be all people will be doing all day long to reroll Rivens. And then what's the point of Kuva at all?
Right, it just makes everything else not worth doing.
Yeah, it just completely moves it. If there's a limit, though, I feel there may be some advantage in this because I may even join it if it was the case. So
maybe you have your rotations of you have normals, you have floods, and then you have this.
Yeah, so if you're up for a Kuva, it's Saturday, us three are online, and we're all farming rivers today. First hour, we'll do this because it'll be the easiest way to get our 6 rerolls. Oh no, maybe we'll do our flood first, and we'll get the missions done. Then we'll do this. Then we'll go back to an hour's over, so it's reset on the Kuva. So we go do our new missions for the new things. Then we go to survival till an hour's ticked over, and then we go doing floods. So you have something to continue the whole day if you want.
A Nightwave. So Nightwave reset.
It's a weekly. It's a weekly though.
Right. So limit it to say 70 hours weekly. So theoretically, you could do those 70 hours.
I like the idea of daily because I know that games companies like daily logins, and they actually did something similar in World of Warcraft where they used to do dungeon runs, and they used to have it on dailies, so you get X many special dungeon points per doing it on a day. And then they tried it for one expansion where they did it on weeklies, and it was really hit and miss because sometimes people would do them at the start of the week, and then some people do it at the end of the week, and it just, by the end of the week there wasn't as many people doing it because a lot of people did it on the first day because they want the points, and it just became a whole mess. So I think daily's better because you get those daily logins and people want to do it.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Drew?
No, I'm in agreement. I think
a big benefit, but limited daily.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know what the problem is that this person's trying to solve.
They want more rerolls.
They don't want to treat everything as this needs to change because it's not good enough, but they want options. So I think the idea of survivals is nice, but it's not enough. Normals and floods are enough, but not often. This would be way more than enough, but a lot more limited.
I don't think you're going to make people happy. I think people are always going to demand more and more Kuva. I think that people are going to want it for a number of different reasons, including but not limited to selling Rivens.
That's why it would also be kind of limited, because you could only theoretically get 6 of those rolls a day, or 6 of those rolls a day. So you would still be incentivized to go run siphons, normal floods, and survival in between those. So you go run 30-minute survivals while you're waiting for your siphons and whatever to reset, depending on how long you have. And then at some point during that day, you run 6 of your, some of your 6 allowed super floods. I don't know what to call them, but I think adding it as another tier is better than just saying,
yeah,
do it, all of it, all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. I think my next question becomes like, I could be wrong, but I really feel that when sorties first came out, it felt mandatory that you had to do your sorties daily, because otherwise you're wasting an opportunity to get a legendary core or what have you. And it just got... I don't know about Nezha, because I ended up just buying him because...
Did you guys say this water gun shoots straight?
No.
No?
It really doesn't. It actually sways like its accuracy like this. So all that rubber banding you may have had may have just been you losing accuracy, or where it was pointing.
No, Loz, I know the difference between I can't shoot in a straight line and, oh look, the enemy's now over there. Rubber banding is the enemy teleporting.
There. You are aware? Huh? Right, okay, fine.
No, it's not the gun, it's the enemy moving.
Okay, anyway, sorry. Be back to what you're saying. So, I'm AFKing in this. That's what I'm doing. Getting points by AFKing. I'm just like, I thought I'd test the gun because one of the AI seems to have just stopped moving at a distance. So I thought I'd try and hit him. And it goes like,
AFK.
It's ridiculous.
Well, doesn't it have a limited range as well?
Yes.
No, yeah, but it's got its projectiles. So you can...
It decreases the less pressure there is in the gun.
Yeah.
Right. Which I found myself after like 3 shots, I would keep pumping it and just hitting and pumping.
Sorry, we were talking about Rivens.
Pump and dunk joke.
My interest is how many, if they were to introduce this Super Kuva, Super Flood, is how many people would feel that they mandatorily had to go do it. Yeah?
I think I would log in to do more of them, because do my 1 or 6 runs a day,
I think I would do more. I don't know if I'd feel like I had to do more.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, with the sorties, it felt like you had to log in to do them for any number of the
reasons.
I mean, when Rivens came in, Rivens. When everything else was in there, the opportunities to get free catalysts and reactors. I think Exilus went on there for a little while, or is it still on there?
I'll check.
I think it is.
And those were relatively new at the time, so everybody's like, "Oh, give Exodus."
Everything new was going on to the sorties.
I remember when Nezha was on there.
Didn't mind. I mean, I would have rather it been a not a rep system, but a token system.
Okay,
Everyone wanted a token system.
We all wanted a token system that was like, no.
So to be fair,
You know what we wanted?
they did
We
give
wanted
us
Necax Pearls.
they did give us a token system with Nightwave, which is what we want. And it's just like,
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
But token system is only available from the challenges, not from like it's not like with season 1 where you could earn them the whole week long.
What?
So the problem with the credits and the rep system in Nightwave season 2 is you can't earn extra.
You could earn extra credits in season 1?
Yeah, but only when you got to the prestige levels.
No, you could earn extra rep.
You can now.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Right? It started
Is
this
there-
episode, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah. So
they just changed. They showed up and
tell us.
how many weeks? What week are we on?
3.
No,
That's
it can't,
true.
it can't be
sorry,
3.
phase 3. Phase 3, not week 3.
Yeah, I think we're on 4 or 5.
Right, because now before they spawn and they actually help you, the doodad people. Now they're crazy, so they spawn.
Oh no,
and
they come
attack.
after you.
Yeah. It was going to happen. It was going to bloody happen.
I'm loving it,
Yeah.
by the way. It's really evil.
Okay, so we are on season 3, phase 3, with 50 days remaining.
That we know of?
According,
Is that weeks? That's probably weeks till we hit the last week that you would be required to reach maximum rank by just doing it, isn't it? 'Cause then we'd
I
probably
don't
go
know
6
exactly.
weeks.
That's 50 days, 6 hours, based on the numbers that they give in the world state.
Ah.
So they give a final end time of the whole season. It's like 75 days this time around or something. No, it's way more than 75 days. No, it's about that many. Yeah. 75 days-ish. 75, 80. It was a lot. It was more than last time.
How do I...
That means we're on week 4-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah, the first one was like 60 days total.
Ish.
No, it wasn't. It was a little more than that. But it was not as many as...
So, how do I word this? Because I'm wanting to ask the audience, would you feel if the daily Super Kuva Flood would be mandatory?
Would a daily Super Kuva Flood feel mandatory?
There you go.
Thank you.
Bam. Right, shall I go and reply as well? Xeno's doing that out.
Yeah.
Right. My only gripe with this is that I like to insert the new stats into Warframe Builder, compare it to the previous role, and sometimes just mess around with different builds in general. I obviously wouldn't have time for that during the mission, which would eventually lead to choosing the wrong Riven because I'm in a hurry. Now, if they were to add a Select Riven screen after returning to my orbiter that contained every role from the mission, and there I could finalize my choice after carefully comparing them, that would be perfect.
I don't think they do that, though. I think
Yeah.
that's too much extra.
I fear. Next reply is, well, the Kuva thing might be a bit OP. BC, the Kuva floods are...
Because
I read verbatim. It's a teleprompter I read from. On a 1 hour or so rotation. Another problem is that people really don't like 10-minute rotation. No matter how good the reward is, it just feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can split into halves, and if you did 10, you get a full roll. If you do half, you get the ribbon.
Yeah, I'm on par with that because like I really don't.
I was with you.
Yeah, I don't like arbitrations for in part that reason.
Next reply is, this will make Rivens for me more useful. As of right now, I don't want to grind for Rivens the way we do now. I'd rather play a mission like this to get the role I wanted, rather than grind Kuva or pay for a nice Riven.
But hold on, that's effectively what you're doing, but giving yourself more restriction.
It's removing a step of busy work that they would feel motivated for because they don't like the busy work.
I think it's the busy work elimination that is the biggest
gain.
See,
Yeah.
That's my concern, is because I feel like it would be more like the first person said. I'd feel it's more stressful trying to work out, do I want this Riven? Do I not?
Definitely. But at the same time, they're saying that that they're feeling when they're playing the game, they feel like they're actually achieving a reward because after 10 minutes it goes bam, there's your reward, have a reroll.
Yeah.
Whereas currently it's like, oh, should we farm more Kuva? Oh, we've just farmed 5,000. Oh, let's just farm some more. Oh, should I do my rerolls first? Okay, I'll just do another run. Oh, we only got about half. It's not quite enough for another reroll. Okay, we'll do a third run. Oh, there we go. Now I got enough to do 2 rerolls. Right, now go out and I'll do these rerolls. Okay, yeah. So I go to the machine, reroll. Oh, do I want that one? It's just a lot of time and work, is what I'm saying. It's just a more interesting gameplay loop and reward loop. I go, bam, reward.
I do think an interesting way of doing this though would be like, if you choose every half, you get either half the amount of Kuba you would get at 10 minutes. So make it 5-minute rotations. But every rotation you either choose Kuba or store it. Store it, every 10 minutes you get a reroll.
So, okay. So
you get the 5-minute feedback loop. You still get the 5-minute reward feedback loop if you want that way.
Right.
If you don't, and you want to build it at 10 minutes, cool. You get just as much.
So at 5 minutes,
not
you
just
could
as
go
much,
for
you
the
get the full.
Kuva. And then at 10 minutes, you could go, I'm going to store it. And then at 15 minutes, you have the option to go for a reroll.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. I'm not opposed to that.
Because if you're like, oh, this group is actually going well. So for 5 minutes, everybody may go Kuba. And then after that, they go, oh, we're not sucking. So they start going for the stores.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, my concern at that point is... Well, I mean, if we went for the 24-hour thing, like, I think that would be the daily reset thing. Like, that would be... not an issue anymore because people wouldn't want to waste it.
Mm-hmm.
And... Yeah. Okay. Was that the last one?
No.
So that was the first one.
No, we did more than the first one.
Oh, never mind. That was the third one.
Yeah. I know this will sound like I'm joking, but Kuva Survival is the one mission in this game I have fallen asleep while playing. The game mode is just boring, painfully boring. It
Epitomizes.
Well, I couldn't say. Epitomizes some of the worst aspects of Warframe all in one mission. My brain just fell over that. Epitomizes. This person gets plus points for excellent use of grammar and wordage of epitomizes.
Yep.
Very good.
I
Plus point.
I don't find Kuva Survival that bad, but I mean, each their own. I mean, you don't have to do, huh?
I've done this. I've fallen asleep during Kuva Survival.
But like another thing is, you don't have to do Kuva Survival. You could just do normal Kuva mission.
Yeah,
That's
but
equally.
if you want-
I think. Would it be good if they added another endless mission that was about as efficient, if not a little bit less efficient than survival? Because
No.
the Kuva tile set is underutilized. Is what is the
No one
shame.
would do it if it was if it was less efficient.
equal. Mainly aiming for equal. You know,
Like a
Arcwing.
defense?
yeah, or interception, something endless.
Arcwing.
That'd be I'd go with Arcwing. That'd be cool.
Only after the new blink is in.
No. Do it now. You're going to get the new blink anyway. You have the Itzel. You haven't lost the blink yet.
Yeah, but then no one's gonna do it until the new blink is in because
No,
Arcwing
people-
is not worth doing right now.
No, people will
because-
still just take the Itzel. It's fine.
Yeah, but then you're not gonna get.
Okay, fine. Space survival. There you go. Where you're stealing the Kuva from batteries.
Space.
Yeah, space survival.
I mean, that is kind of the point of the Kuva Fortress, though, right? It's moving around and getting
So-
Kuva from the air.
So you're stealing. Well, I thought it was stealing Kuva. It was just storing the Kuva. So you go on the outside, you're like, I'm going to siphon out this Kuva from this big old canister. Oh.
So basically, you turn on the keg. You tap the keg.
Yeah, you tap the keg, right? Actually, tell you what, because it's Arcwing and everyone hates it, gonna make it more rewarding.
So tap the keg. It takes a little longer than a normal survival.
No, it takes the same amount of
objective,
time, but it rewards more Kuva than a survival.
but it's Arcwing,
But it's Arcwing, which people hate.
and you're tapping the keg.
But you're tapping the keg.
I like this idea of tapping the
Base
Kuva keg.
keg. Yep. The Kuva keg. I don't know.
Well, anyway, I think we get a few topics like this for Kuva every now and then. I think we've had them in the past where we're doing the maths on Kuva survival and people saying off again. I would say that there definitely needs to be something more done with Kuva. I don't have the answer of what that's going to be. Do I think this person's idea has some merit? Yes, but I think it would be good with a limitation on it. Like maybe an hour. I think that's a good one by Tobiah. So you do up to 6 rerolls a day for free, basically, by just playing this game mode. And then beyond that, if you want to do more, you have to do the standard Kuva thing. Maybe that's one way of doing it. Maybe put in a different game mode. But I do think that the one thing I want to take away is that I think people are bored of the current methods of farming Kuva, and seeing as it's such an important system in the game, D needs to look at renovating it a bit, I think, or adding some diversity into how we get it.
What if you got things like Kuva from, or what if you got Kuva from things like the unique mission on the fortress for destroying the gun?
Assault
I don't remember what it's called.
Assault,
yeah.
Yeah.
Assault is a mess. It's really weird, and I don't know how fast you can do that, though. That's the thing, is you'd have to equate how fast someone do it. But the thing is, that game mode, would that be really that much more exciting? No, you're just blowing up the same barrel continuously. I think maybe
another option is what I'm saying.
It would be another option.
In between your survivals, you go do an assault.
I think when you say Kuva defense or Kuva interception,
I wouldn't
some
say
new level defense.
I would say survival. Sorry, oh god, interception certainly. I wouldn't say defense because defense takes longer the higher level you get.
It just gets so tedious.
It does.
Interception.
They don't speed up the early ones. There's no way to speed them up, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the massive cheesy AoEs, but even those only speed it up so much.
Yeah.
Because they don't on the early levels. They don't. You can't say give them to me faster. It's not like Defection where you can call them in early. I would love to just be able to go click a button and say, bring all of the defense people now. Give it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm certainly in favor of Archwing survival for Kuva because there needs to be more incentive on Archwing, and with the upcoming Railjack stuff, I genuinely think Archwing has been relegated to a method of transportation exclusively. And even in Railjack, it's got a very high chance of just being, oh, this is how you board a ship. Get on your Archwing. And
torpedo.
Yeah. And it's, they're not going to use it for any TIE Fighter X-Wing dogfights in space. I think Archwing is too railroaded into this method of transportation, and which is why I'm in favor for a Kuva Keg Archwing survival.
I mean, it would be really cool if you could take your Archwing from the plains of Eidolon and just descend into the atmosphere and meet up with your buddies.
Their
Railjack.
I'm not going to say no, but at the same time, that would be quite silly.
Yeah, but it would be cool.
Why not? It'd be fine, but I don't think it adds much to it. It's like, you're in space.
Right, you're totally right.
Now you get in your ship, and you're still in the ship.
It's still used as transport.
Yeah, it's still just a stepping stone for another game mode instead of its own thing.
Yeah.
Well, or being able to use it as transportation across nodes as well on a planet instead of never mind. That's still transportation.
Yeah, it's the thing with Archwing is that it needs to be more than just getting from A to B. It needs to do something once it reaches B that is only unique to it, but it doesn't. It's always just but you can use it to get to there.
But that's the problem. It's too you need to do something when you get to B. No. There needs to be no A to B in the slightest. It is just you start, mission there, job done.
What if they had more C labs that were purely C labs?
Well, can we have a C lab that is purely C lab? Can we have a C lab boss? Yep. Can we have a boost underground water? I think that's the thing is they need to go and add things to Archwing. It needs a revamp on its melee system. That's another thing, because the melee system is just...
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard, because I don't know what it needs to be. I think years ago I came up with the idea of, let's say, charge attack, so that after so many kills, you can then do some sort of weird AoE or some other reason, so you can... A reason why you... And they're all unique to each weapon. There's something unique for them, you see. It needs something like that, because the combo system is just stupid, right? You just literally just don't think, and it just auto bounces you around the mobs. The gun system is stupid, because they haven't added in a sniper rifle. They made the one long-range gun projectile base, but then the normal machine gun is hit scan,
even though
you can't aim with the sniper S gun.
Yeah, the Imperator is the sniper,
and this is on top of when they've now added good sniper mechanics with a reason for you to sit in the sniper mode, which having a weapons platform which you can stay aimed and be at range would be really cool to do. And have given another thing, that's the problem with sniping in this game, is that most of the time you're in tiny corridors. Finally, we're in space with infinite distance, and we can have hit scan sniper rifles, and they don't add them in. I don't get it. It's just crazy. So, and then the last thing is abilities. That when you've got, it's easy when you've got a Warframe on a plane, because you can think of how your abilities are affecting it. But now that you're in 360, most of the the Arcwing abilities, you just don't really think about how they're working, and they would work really well in a plane, but none of them are really that effective for 3D attacks, and you can't really think in that way because they don't really prompt you. And the Odinata just puts a wall in front of you. It's like, okay, now what? And then, you've got lock on. You cast the anti-lock on ability. Did you really feel you had lock on? You can just fly around and not. It needs to have some fundamental gameplay redesign and overhauls, and they're just not doing it.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to see it for Railjack either.
No, I don't think either.
Right.
Or maybe after Railjack if we're lucky, but.
Should we move on to the third topic?
Yep.
That one. Right. I don't think this game needs nullifiers at all. They'd be better if the barrier didn't instantly remove your active abilities / buffs, and when you're inside the barrier, you have 3 to 5 seconds to kill the guy before buffs / skills being deactivated. If you go out before nothing happens. Just don't make it a barrier at all. I have to remove the barrier to kill him at high levels. However, this goddamn barrier has a schlong of health that only a melee can reliably destroy. Make it so that your skill will only be deactivated inside the barrier, and if you go out, they'll return. It's very annoying when I finally find a group of 6 enemies perfectly aligned for my Rhino to charge the hell out of them, and these thick iron skin values just for a miserable disgrace of a nullifier to appear behind me out of nowhere. An Xless mod that makes you immune to nullifiers.
I don't really like the idea of an Xless mod, just because while that's the point of Xless mods for utility, it's not band-aids.
Yeah. I'm okay. Is this a PC play?
I actually like Koombas better than Nullifiers, personally.
I don't. I always find oh look! Kumba. Cool.
I think if their ability took longer to activate, I would like them more.
I like it if they were more apparent. They're really hard to spot.
So they broadcast more. Yeah.
Yeah. Loz, are they a PC player?
We'll find out. Okay, hang on.
Why does this not properly embed?
Xbox member.
Damn, we can't see.
All I can let you know is they joined the forum on July 6th. They have a 7 reputation, content count 168. Was that posts and replies? Yeah, 168 posts. But they joined. They're very an active person. They're really up thing. But apparently they joined a month and 2 days ago. So I would say this is quite an early player.
Yeah.
On forums, that is. I don't know when they actually made their account.
This screams to me that they're too.
They don't even have a profile picture.
Well, I'm not
profile 2 years on this game. So.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't have a profile picture for 2 years on this game.
No,
I didn't realize you could switch it for 2 years.
But there's a lot more in it now than 2 years ago.
Indeed.
You know, it's like, get your favorite streamer on there or something, you know.
Do I know any Xbox players that could just tell me what their...
I can ask one if they're online.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm very interested to know what mastery rank this player is. I mean, the fact that they're talking about Rhino gives me the impression that they are, low MR. They're inexperienced. I don't have an issue with nullifiers. I think 3 to 5 seconds grace period is massive. That's a huge time. The whole point...
I think 1 to 2 would be plenty.
I'd say... Yeah, I suppose 1 to 2 is fine, but even so, I'm fine with them as they are. They got given a huge disadvantage with the satellite, so you just pop the satellite. There you go, job done. What else?
Yeah, they removed weapon types having an advantage over it, so that all weapon types have some method of killing them.
Yeah. It just... Also, the fact that they're saying melee is the fastest... Like, this just screams to me that they're a new player, and they're inexperienced.
For someone who is a new player who doesn't have the kind of high-powered weaponry to one-shot the drone, though, I can understand the sentiment. And especially for new players, some of the comments that are on this one...
See, this screams to me that the problem is more there is no true explanation of how a nullifier works, what a nullifier does. Because if you don't know you can shoot the satellite off, then which is its biggest weak spot, or just shoot them from a distance. This screams to me that this is a education problem, and the fact that there's even an education solution indicates that there is a implementation problem, right?
Obviously, I know Tobiah shortened it down. I just want to read a few bits of point of what they've said in their topic, just to give a bit more association with Xeno.
Yeah.
They piss the hell out of my soul. It breaks all the pace of the game when I'm chill as hell playing, and then suddenly a nullifier appears, and I have to change to my Archoplasmor. Builded for status support, barely has any damage, not as if Archoplasma had any damage to begin with, to waste 2 to 5 bullets on his barrier. And then at the end, obviously all the main bulk is what Tobiah's cut down for us, but I just want to read the end bit as well. I'm complaining because I can't believe I'm the only one in the game that avoids Corpus missions only because they spam nullifiers. Even some Void missions because they tend to appear there too. So I really think this is a new player, not really, still learning the game, still learning their way around the mob. Still, I mean, the Archoplasmor.
That's a
not really damage.
Yeah.
I think the confusion on here though is he's trying to use it against the barrier, which isn't going to help.
No, because the barrier is damage capped.
If you just use like the Mark 1 Bratton would be a much more effective weapon against it because you don't have to
know that.
Yeah.
Which, as Drew said, this is not necessarily only an education problem; it's an implementation of the education problem.
Yeah, definitely. I thought that led credence to it. I think it does.
Yeah. So
I was trying to make it sound smarter.
So here's a better discussion then. Should the game is it the game's responsibility for him to explain it to him? Should he be understanding through his own play and just learning, and he just needs to learn how to do it? Or should he rely on other people, and is it down to other people in his team, or what? Or should it be a thing of discovery, and the game is doing fine, and it's up to him to realize and learn randomly off his own back, or his or her back?
See, I don't know why it's not like Mannix when they were first introduced, at least, where there was kind of an introduction of, oh, there's Mannix, be careful, you won't be able to kill them all at once or something. I don't remember what it was. Like, theirs was very apparent that while you could do significant damage to them at a time, it wasn't enough to kill them all in one shot.
Yeah.
Or Bursa's, where there was an event for it.
Well, Mannix got an event. It was the one where you were locked on a spaceship with nothing but Mannix.
That's not an event. That was
tackle it.
Yeah, that was a. You're gonna hate yourself for doing this. Have fun spamming AOE abilities.
Has fun hiding on top of a box, spamming abilities.
I believe I did this one with you, and we were doing like Excals and just blade storming them. Or not blade. Oh no, this was before the Ash Bladestorm change.
Yeah.
You just sit up there and Bladestorm them if you had Ash, which ironically we got like 10 copies of from that because they all drop Ash parts.
From there onwards, yeah, it was something ridiculous like that. But so do you think the game should introduce, because that's what, if you're playing a single player game and it comes with a new mob, kind of you going around, like sneaking around into a base and you drop down to a big room and the new mob comes out and it's like, oh, how do I deal with a mob? And then later the game will just chuck more of that mob at you because you're supposed to learn the first time you killed it. Obviously Warframe doesn't do that. It's just literally, there's mobs. First time you see a Nox, you're like, oh, what is this heavy? I can't shoot in the chest that doesn't do no damage. When a Burster turns up, you're like, it's a big tough thing. What's to do? You learn as you play, or should the game do a better job at introducing enemies to you?
I think introduction of enemies is a good thing, even if it's through not necessarily an event, but say a quest. And maybe not every enemy. It could be here's a lot of the Corpus proxies is one event.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was thinking rather than having it as an event, maybe after a junction when you get into a new area, they to change mobs to appearing on certain planets onwards. I'm not sure if they do it for Nullifiers, but there'd be some option on the screen of some tutorial-esque person who helps, gives you some information on enemies or something. Maybe strategy.
Diorama.
So there's an amazing YouTube series before Egoraptor or Aaron Hansen went on to do the Game Grumps. It's called Sequelitis. He keeps on saying that.
I love Sequelitis.
Yeah, there you go.
When's he going to make more?
Exactly, right.
He was doing the Game Grumps before that, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure the Mega Man ones were after. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe it was when he was doing Game Grumps with JonTron. But
you don't count that as real Game Grumps, do you?
No, I don't. But the
JonTron is hilarious.
Yes, Tobiah, make him feel the pain.
Have you watched his solo series?
Oh yeah.
So good.
Okay.
But only when I had to find the one that really spoke to me before I could watch any of the others, which was the flex tape one.
Yeah. I understand that.
All right. But the whole point was that with Mega Man, I can't remember which Mega Man it was. It was on the SNES.
It's X.
Is it X? Yeah. It teaches you how to accommodate the challenges by forcing you into a situation.
And you don't even. I don't know if you've actually played it, but there's actually you just cut out a bit, so you just shrink it a bit. But you're doing these things without realizing, and put in a safe area where, for instance, it teaches you in a box at the bottom of a thing, and you kill the giant bee, and you're like, oh, how do I get out of here? And you sort of jump at the walls. You're like, oh, I can climb up the walls. Wow, So you have to learn that to get out of the box, but you're completely safe when in the box. So it's like, okay, I know I can get out of this box somehow. And you're in an environment that kind of teaches you to learn as you go. He breaks it down. It's very good, that one.
Kind of doing the tutorial.
Not like this.
It's like
that does for some of it, but it's like it doesn't teach you the mods, for instance, in a very natural way. This is
I completely agree. Mods are terribly taught and literally the worst taught part of the game.
So
one of the most important.
So what I would do is just have maybe a unique situation where there are some mobs that are inside a nullifier bubble, but there's no nullifier. There is just the satellite, right? Or maybe there's nullifier bubbles in an airlock room, and you walk through it, and I don't know, maybe the Lotus can pipe up. It's like, your abilities have been turned off by going through that field. You should watch out for those more often.
Something like that.
And basically educate them about the bubble before throwing a nullifier at them, right? Give them the experience of what a bubble does, how to counteract the bubble, so on and so forth, before engaging the enemy with the bubble, right?
Or it could be something. It could be something like a boss fight with. So, for example, with the Jackal.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. You learn through the boss fight in the Jackal how to defeat it.
Well, to shoot the legs.
Doesn't anymore. Yeah, it doesn't anymore, but you used to. So things like that, where it was you're gonna have to be careful and take out the legs before it'll.
Yeah, like audio cues, what you call it, tailored sequences, stuff like that. It all works, right? I think a one-time thing where you encounter the satellite without the nullifier, so you see the bubble, you know, as a tutorial mission is fine, right?
Or if they actually use the satellites apart from the nullifier in general, so that let's say they were static ones to begin with, and slowly shot it down and knocked it off of a defensive area first, like early on in the missions for those, and then eventually you see them with somebody carrying it around, and then they launch it and it puts a bubble around them.
Yeah. So, like,
I think that would be totally doable.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to approach the situation, and like there are so many elements of the game. Like, still the argument for what's the name of the damn thing? Mods. The tutorial for mods needs a huge change.
Yep.
Right? Because it doesn't tell anyone, like, you know, this is my soapbox. It doesn't tell anyone about ranking up mods, which is a huge problem, right? Again, I've had friends start the game and, you know, it's like, do you get mods? It's like, yeah, mods, I get them. You know, it's just plug them in, they increase your stats. Awesome, right? Do you know about ranking up mods? I was like, what? You know, you can rank up mods. What do you mean? I just thought we could get like better versions of that mod like later on in the game. It's like, yeah,
because that's what most games would do.
Yeah. Well, and in early game, when the game was early on, there was it actually said you would be able to drop higher ranked versions. That it was basically what we're talking about, where it was the same mod, but like a rank 2 mod, a rank 5 mod.
Yeah,
but that never happened.
Yeah, that was well ages ago.
Yeah, sorry, I'm.
No. Like it's honestly, it's nice to actually have that kind of. You remember that they were going to do this? I'm like, oh my god, I do remember that they were going to do that. But
I mean, this was like pre-forma.
I think they messaged. I think they said it post-forma as well.
Yeah, but I mean, there was still messaging up until they did the diegetic UI about it.
Yeah. I'm being able to downgrade mods as well.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
No, never is.
Right. I personally feel nullifiers don't need to change, but introduction to them does. What do you guys feel? Do you feel the same? Do you feel nullifiers need to change? What?
No, nullifiers are fine now.
They're always fine.
They are, but I can appreciate they've now got...
Hold on. Is Tobiah, are you saying stuff? Can't hear you. Yeah, no, we can't hear your mic at all.
Good times?
Yeah. So I swear I saw your lips moving. I'm just like, right, okay. Loz, please continue what you were saying.
I can appreciate... I wasn't a fan of them at first, but I can appreciate the drone now, and that you can... It's interesting. It is more dynamic interaction with the mob, which, to be honest, they need more of in this game, not less. So they're fine now, I would say. You've got multiple ways to deal with them, multiple weapons, multiple systems you can implement. I really don't think they need anything else. The only thing I would say is maybe an introduction to them and maybe limit them to beyond... Because I don't like... They obviously changed it so you start on Earth now. But because they did that, it was weird, because it used to be Mercury, then Venus, then Earth. And I really think maybe we need to go back to that. Now Mercury and Venus are these kind of weird side planets that are... I don't think you have to anymore, or do you visit them and then you go backwards to go onwards past Earth?
Yeah, you need to for some early quests, like Howl of the Kubro is off of one of those.
Yeah, but that's from finishing Venus.
Right, but you have to finish Venus to get that, which lets you progress in Earth. That's the weird thing, though, because you have to do those and then go back to Earth.
They've changed it. I think Xeno said that you don't have to do Mercury for Vor to get that anymore, do you?
To finish Vor's prize. They moved.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, they moved the Vor assassination to a special node on Earth that's only there during the quest.
The quest, yeah. So that, yeah, it was sensible. It was just confusing otherwise. And so maybe move them. That's the only thing. Maybe something to do with that. Maybe not have Venus have any nullifiers, and apart from on Orb Valis, if need be. Do you even see them on Orb? We don't see them on Orb Valis, do we?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, maybe you get the nullifiers with the provers.
You also get them less because they don't have the clumping area to stack in anymore.
I guess, yeah.
Problem is on the ships, it's a lot easier for them to, spawn 3 in the different spawn rooms, but then clump into the same area. Which
maybe not make them at all spawn on Venus, and maybe only on high difficulty on Orb Valis.
But I thought that was the case anyway.
I'm pretty sure they can spawn at like 10. But there's like
this
10
person,
15 minutes into defenses.
This person is saying that they are doing the Void as well, and the fact that they have the Archoplasma. Is that an MR required weapon? Surely it is.
Have a look.
I have a bot to ask this of.
Go, man, go.
10.
So you have to be MR 10 to get the Archoplasma.
That really fast.
Huh?
You got that really fast.
Yeah, so I'm kind of shocked that this person's complaining about it. Should we go to the replies?
Yeah.
Sure. On one hand, because the game is beyond too easy, I think no, since it's one of the few things that kind of barely makes you have to look at your screen to play. On the other, I'm against the usual idea of pure invincibility. While nullies are easy to counter, resorting to negate all, I can agree doesn't make for the best kind of gameplay, and it's kind of the more lazy way of making difficulty.
Disagree. Anyone else?
I agree with the sentiment. I disagree with it being lazy.
Yeah.
They could just make some enemies highly resistant to AoE abilities, akin to the Ancient Aura, but built into the unit's defenses. That's all they have to do to counter nuke frames. Now, don't spawn a million of these, but as many as there are nullifiers now would work.
So basically the equivalent of anti-AoE Kumbas.
So how many... That would just cripple like all the DPS frames? Because that's a huge feature. Like, what DPS frames do we have that don't rely heavily on AoEs?
Excalibur Prime.
Huh?
Excalibur Prime.
Excalibur Prime.
Yeah.
Well,
he's definitely a 1-to-1 AoE, or not AoE damage.
What? I thought his wave cuts through dudes.
It cuts through multiple, but the primary way of doing tons is actually through like blinding them and then hitting them that way with stealth but not finisher damage.
I'm gonna nod and agree. Okay, so there's Excalibur.
I'm not saying it's like amazing. Also Atlas.
What's his ultimate?
No, it's his landslide actually.
What's his landslide?
His punches. Yeah, it does amazing damage that builds up, but it's not AoE.
Yeah, but that's his primary, isn't it? So that's his one ability.
Right, but that's his 4 is not really a damage ability.
Yeah, what's his 4?
Is that the
gremlins? Huh?
The rumbles.
Yeah.
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yeah, they're gremlins.
Gremlins. Yeah, let's call them gremlins.
Hey, well, they're clearly not golems, so
Here's one random question: if they can make a custom bloody crosshair for this bloody Sokatron, why can't we have bloody custom crosshairs for every gun?
Or just for ourselves?
Yeah, or let's pick them. Yeah, I would like crosshair custom things, but that's a reward I would work towards.
I think there's too few people that want it, which is daft.
This was a topic from ages ago, and they promised they'd look into it. Never did. People were years ago. People were like saying, "Why can't we have this?" And now they've even added things like, if you notice when you run, there's an effect on the crosshair to let you know you're running.
Yeah,
it's been in the game for a while, but it's like, but yet we can't have custom crosshairs for guns or pick. I just don't get it. It just annoys me.
Wasn't there an option early on that would let you switch between like X crosshairs, dot, and like 2 other things?
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I think that's what they were going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, then they've shown.
I think they showed it.
Yeah,
I think they showed it, and then they just never did it. That must be what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Blech.
Disappoint.
yeah.
Much.
I'm not in alignment with the whole high resistant AoE enemies, because I think we're going to just get pounded earlier on in terms of levels, and it's just going to
also to point out this corpus, right? It's going to be much harder to pick out. Ancients are big. Nullifier bubbles are big, and you don't even have to really aim to hit them.
Yeah.
These are going to be like mobs, which are just like those, which give this immunity to AoEs.
Yeah, if it's yet another Kumba, it's not going to do any good.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to pick them out, and it's going to be annoying. It's going to be worse.
Yeah.
The thing is, Kumbas are really only dangerous when you get close. So it's not really going to matter if you're AoE, because I mean, if they're still hitting, like if you're still trying to hit them with AoE, you're not going to notice that the Kumbas are not getting killed. There's just going to be another mob out there.
Yeah,
not your wave yet.
Okay, let's go to the next reply.
Yeah. Be on the third one.
Nullifiers are an enemy you can't fight with abilities. If all of the game's ability nullifying enemies, I find they have the best design. They are immediately visible at a distance and have their own audio package. They move slowly and don't take cover. They have a bubble, which is susceptible to rapid-fire weapons, as well as a drone, which is susceptible to precision heavy weapons. Yeah, there we go. I think it's a pretty succinct summary.
The only part I disagree with on that is they do take cover, but that's a minor detail.
I think it's a minor detail only in the sense that the bubble does not take cover.
Right, exactly. But that means if you get the bubble popped, they still have time behind cover to recover.
Yep.
But again, minor detail.
Last reply. Yeah, a single nullifier is no problem. You can even call it an interesting change of pace. But when it matters, it's never just one nullifier. It's 3 nullifiers, 2 ancient healers, 2 shield drones, a bombard who is also an Arctic Eximus, and a heavy gunner, cause why not? It's when all of these enemies stack up together is when it starts to get frustrating. Isn't that the corrupted in the void? And that's not really the nullifier's fault.
Yeah,
sure, but corrupted or Arctic Eximus nullifiers are still pretty ridiculous. Now,
yeah, but like
the bubble is still ridiculously easy to pop on the Arctics now, but
even so, the whole, like, you're arguing like, oh, the hardest part of the game's too difficult. I'm like, yeah,
that is kind of the point.
Yeah, what, do you want it easier?
Should we go back to pre-planes Warframe?
Out of interest, were there any replies that were like, apart from the one that is, no, these enemies are fine, were there any others that were just like, no, they're fine? Or
it was kind of a mix.
It was a mix. Okay, cool. I don't know if I can pull a card out of this this topic. Maybe do
nullifiers. Are you still okay with them?
Yeah.
Nullifier. Better or worse than Kumbas?
Actually, well, they're clearly better. But I'm wondering, what about AoE resistant enemies? Do you want
anti-AoE Kumbas, basically?
Yeah, do you want anti-AoE Kumbas? There you go. That's a stupid question.
That's a stupid question.
Everyone's going to say, no, I don't want that.
Thanks, Drew.
Dude, no. I mean, like that's the stupid question we could pull from this, because like, who's gonna say yes? Do you want anti AoE? Shut up. How you spell Kumba? It's C-O-M.
C-O-O. It's C-O. It's like C-O-O-M-B-A.
Is it 2 O's?
I don't think it's comba.
I suppose.
No, it is comba. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm totally wrong.
Okay.
Why do they call it Kumba?
Pronunciation.
I want to.
Yeah, well, I mean, they get Gauss wrong all the time.
Yeah, but that's because they're Canadian.
No. It's like the concept artist turns around and like, no, I'm pronouncing it Gauss. But, sorry, I'm pronouncing it Gauze. I'm like...
I was a bit confused there. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, no, I got it wrong. I'm too used to fighting, saying it right. Like, oh no, you pronounce it Gauze. And it's like, but it's Gauss. It's like, it's Gauze.
Yeah, like the Emprex.
Emprek.
No, the Emprex. The Emprex is a Gauss rifle.
Is it? Whatever. Let's move on. Right, so that's it for topics this week. Let's move on to the memes.
Okay, hang on. Let me just get myself in my position of AFK.
Have you just been doing dog days this entire time?
Pretty much. When you mean doing dog days, do you mean AFKing on top of a pillar?
Well, from the indication of I need to get myself on top of my pillar, indicates doing.
Yeah, as in like you were like, oh, you farming your I had to 2 runs off, 2 points off to get my dad to do it again to get my capture a child. And I'm like, just while doing 10 o'clock, sit on top of pillars. Like, yeah, that's how we do it.
That's how you do it. That's not how I do it.
It's like 30 seconds worth of work and then 44.5 minutes of just AFKing. Yeah. But anyway, I'm ready for the memes.
Okay, you ready?
Have you got meme number 1 of Meme Frame Review?
It's up.
I'm excited for this.
Okay, Dread Dispenser. Stalker. Tenno. Smoking Body Ephemera. And War Blueprint. Red.
Oh, what's this anime?
Oh my gosh, this is so hilarious.
Huh?
Sorry, I just opened them.
Oh. I looked it up in the description below. It's called Charlotte. That's it. It's a 97% people like this show according to Google, but okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I just think it's brilliant though. The facial expression is brilliant. Like, these are what I want. Red.
This is literally everyone's reaction whenever we get Stalker or whenever we get the Dread. It's like, stop, just stop.
Okay. Yep. That's awesome. Yep.
Number 2 is Grenier Kill Squad.
Yeah.
Lotus warning the Tenno how dangerous the Gas Rank 3 are for the 69th time. Literally anyone over Mastery Rank 3.
Yep.
Her facial expression is amazing.
I think the Cowboys blanket just seals it for me.
I didn't know. Yeah, Cowboys. Yeah, it's like just sit under my blanket. Yep.
Number 3.
Number 3. I got a few of these. Well, actually, yeah, 2 things. So, hey kiddo, Mastery Rank 10. Hey kiddo, Mastery Rank 27. Piss off, Ghost!
This actually makes me really want the emissary skin.
Oh, emissary skin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I want that.
Right, so now on to the 4th meme. Because I had to get at least one Dog Day meme here. There was so many. Water fight. Warframe. Warriors of blade and gun. Masters of the Warframe armor. Those that survived the old war were left drifting among the ruins. Now they are needed once more. It just really shows how stupid this event is, doesn't it? It's like, yep.
Was that number 4?
That was number 4. Number 5. Frozen Space Dogs. My Kubro is in stasis, watching me play with every other companion except him.
Oh.
And there's a freezer.
Dog in there. That's so sad.
Yep.
Why is there?
There's a Psy Bear in there as well.
Why is there a dog in the freezer?
Because you put them in storage, cryo storage.
No, I get that, but just like going going outside of the Warframe elements to this meme, why is there a dog in a freezer?
Oh, it's
That's
not.
Photoshop. That's the Photoshop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, then combining that with onto the 6th meme, which I first saw after seeing that one, I'm like, yeah, it's in. So number 6. Unless Ordis takes care of them, but I don't trust his broken ass. Nothing gets through this armor! And someone walks up to them. Since the Lotus left, Kubras you consigned to her probably just die. And he's a sad cat underneath because he's crying. Yep. That's very true. It used to be consigned to the Lotus, but it's like, there is no Lotus anymore.
I really wish they would either change the UI element after you finish. Probably not.
I would just change it permanently now. If make it an Iron Wake or whatever, that there's a Kubro Sanctuary, and just say consigned to Sanctuary or consigned to Kubro.
No, consign it.
Wait, consigned to Sanctuary with me blending it. No.
Or just every time you consign to Lotus, Ordis just goes, "Oh, operator, do this."
Oh, don't you remember?
Oh, yeah, operator, I'll get right on consigning that Kubro.
Wink,
just
wink.
Sounds in the background. Like,
Oh, and then you just start playing Red Veil sounds.
yes. Yeah, there you go.
Right. Are you guys ready for the community shoutouts?
Right, let me just paste them.
He's got the document.
Got the
Okay.
document. It's fine.
It's cool. Okay.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
So the first community shoutout is this Moth Wisp Doodle by Zilvtree.
Yeah.
So I don't know truly why, but there seems to be this whole moth theming going on for Wisp.
Lamp.
Yep. So it's quite nice.
Lamp.
Second community shoutout is Prime Doggo enjoying Dog Days event by Floofy Dwagon.
Dwagon.
Wagon.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's
Yeah, no, I got it
very
wrong.
okay.
I was, again, completely enthralled by this.
Dog.
Right. The
Oh my
third...
gosh, I love the first reply on that one, though. Every pet in Warframe right now. Corgi playing with a beach ball.
Oh, God. I assume everyone's seen Sabuchi finally got back his ball.
What?
Oh, so Sabuchi one of his balls ended up on the outside of his Lisette and rolled off.
Oh, that kind
Right.
of...
And it disappeared, and then he was in talks with tech support to get the ball back, and he pretty much his entire time was just ball gone, and then could you indicate to us what the problem is? He sent a link to the tweet where the ball rolls off the outside of the ship, and he just replies with "ball gone."
Sounds like Sabuchi.
And then he finally gets it back, and he replies with "ball back." Right. So third community shout out titled "Seren Kugara Peach Beach Splash 2" by La Apple Pie.
Awesome, this is.
I think
So cool.
there's always a beach episode.
Yeah, and it's normally filler.
It is.
At least we're not splitting watermelons and sitting out in a hot springs.
Or making an entire series out of it for a gacha game.
Like, you mean all of them?
Yeah, pretty much. Last summer's on Fate was literally building a camp in an island
Wow.
during the summertime with all the
Really?
female characters in swimsuits.
Okay.
Content!
So the fourth community shout out is this finished Chroma Prime and Operator from Junkei.
We had this a while back on color
Last week. Last week was
That's
the lineup.
awesome.
Looks very nice.
Yep.
The detailing on that helmet is amazing.
I like the
No.
use of the backdrop.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's just a screenshot.
I think it is too, but it still looks nice.
It does.
It's effective. It's nice.
The
Down, Drew.
what?
You're not allowed to put them down. You bad boy.
Okay, the fifth community shout out is this Stalker by oh god, how do you pronounce this? Demi Soru? Dimitsuru? Yeah, maybe. Really hard to pronounce.
I have big plans for this one. Maybe
Soru.
in the month when my queue is cleaned up. What?
I think this was a commission.
Oh, okay.
I would like to point out that there is a zoom on his crotch.
Yes, that's what I was pointing out, and then he's like, I don't quite get the whole. Is that the point? It's like his neck and his head is like, look at my crotch.
No, but it's the scythe. It's clearly the scythe. Why are you looking at his crotch and not his weapon? So
I was looking at his weapon.
Right. I think that was the fifth. The sixth community shout. I did that wrong. Did I not update one of these? I feel like I forgot to update one of these. Hold on.
No, it's Dog Days event with 3 of them.
No, I think I forgot to. I
floating?
thought I had
Oh.
1, 2, 5. Yeah, sorry. Like I thought I saved this when I updated it, and yeah. So this is what's it called? Yeah, the Dog Days event by TAF, and it only took me till today to realize, and after I read it, that Garuda had actually popped her inflatable ring.
This was on last week as well.
Was it?
Oh wait, no, this was on primetime. Never mind.
Right. See, I questioned if it was, and then I went through them like, no, I can't find it, so it must have been, yeah, okay.
I think it was primetime.
Cool. The seventh community shout out is this gorgeous Nova by Just Dream.
With a Comorex.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
he's using the Valorum sigil, which is cool.
Stradivar.
No, Comorex.
Are you sure? Because that definitely looks like the Stradivar to me.
The Comorex has like the maw as the barrels.
It's a Comrex.
Pretty sure that's the Stradivar.
I'm pretty sure it's a Comorex where the bottom of it is just farther down, but
Because that's what a Stradivar looks like.
The Stradivar Prime has.
okay, it is. I think it's closer to the Stradivar. You're right.
It's a broken Stradivar because the Stradivar should be parallel, and that's not parallel.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a bit off? I think what it's supposed to be is it's supposed to be parallel, but the actual the gun barrel of the Stradivar actually tapers up towards the end. Yet the top and bottom of it should be parallel. But in the artwork, what they've done to try and compensate for that is put the bottom bar at an angle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you're right. It is a Stradivar, but it's.
I think that's why it makes it look like the Comorex because the bottom
Which
bar.
which one's the
Which is what the
Comorex?
The the amalgam sniper rifle.
But the Comrex is freaking huge, though, by the way.
Yeah, it is a lot bigger.
Oh god, it's definitely not that.
Okay. Okay.
Damn it, you're making me think. I don't know.
No, I didn't know the Comrex was so huge. I love the Comrex now. I didn't realize it's so big.
Right. Okay, so that's the seventh community shout out. The eighth community shout out. Stalker deserves a summer vacation too by Plicket.
Oh, is that supposed to be Stalker?
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense now.
This is where Loz is going to laugh in a second.
I think he's disturbed.
Very disturbed.
Oh, okay. Disturbed.
Yeah.
The aerial seashells.
Yeah. Right. The ninth community shout out is this Excalibur by Eric Lee. Or Lie. I'm pretty sure it could be Lie.
I'm playing with me, and I've already infected 3 of my friends. That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
That is pretty fantastic. I like the Artax with it.
Mm.
I wish I could have the scarf on other frames.
Wait. Oh, is that yeah?
That's the Umbra scarf.
We were gonna wasn't the Vault scarf gonna be a thing? The first sign downers they showed?
Yeah, freaking forever ago, but then they didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing more like actual scarves, personally, because they even made one of the Tenno Gen creators who had one as a scarf remove and then change it to just a back thing.
Oh yeah.
Because they wanted Umbras to be the first and only.
Daft. Right, and then last but not least, why did that disappear? Why is that disappearing? That shouldn't turn off. Right, is this gorgeous Neja by Iris Iliich? Yeah, not entirely sure how you pronounce the last name.
It's glitches.
Yeah, so all the pixel art, it's the Neja, it's gorgeous.
I like it.
Dude.
Directed at MDRLOz. All glorious. That's it for community shoutouts this week. Tobiah, are you prepared?
Oh yeah, I get to hear one. Yeah.
Yeah, Loz. Lay it on us.
Okay.
He's like, what? I'm going to play Dog Days.
Yeah. No. Oh wait. Wasn't I? I was. No, I wasn't. I was looking how big the Comrex is and being like, oh, God. That's right. Here we go. Executor. With all due respect, the void's not part of the equation. No. What I mean is that in the last century, we amassed almighty technological power, and we've consistently proven ourselves incapable of handling power. 10 years ago, who could have predicted the sentient proliferation? And then there it was. And now we've got transference power. So how long is it going to take to spread around the system? And what's going to be done with it? It ain't going to stop with the exploitation of the Tenno.
I haven't got a bleeding clue.
Movie?
Yeah, it's definitely a movie.
Yeah, they're always movies.
Just making sure.
I would tell you if it wasn't.
Sci-fi fantasy?
Sounds sci-fi.
It's technically sci-fi, but kind of set in the modern day. It's not like space or anything. It's on Earth.
Modern sci-fi.
Do you know?
Okay.
Do you know if I've seen it?
Yeah.
Did we see it together?
Yeah.
Do you know if I've seen it?
No. I don't know. It's a fairly new film. I think for the last couple of years.
Can you give it again?
Executor, with all due respect, the void's not part of the equation. No. What I mean is that in the last century, we amassed almighty technological power. We've consistently proved ourselves incapable of handling that power. 10 years ago, who could have predicted the sentient proliferation? And then there it was. And now we've got transference power. So how long is it going to take to spread around the system, and what's going to be done with it? It ain't going to stop with the exploitation of the Tenno.
Is proliferation the original word?
Yes.
What does proliferation mean?
The spread of something.
Spread something.
Yeah. When I come up with a book and then I start selling it, I will proliferate it around being proliferated. That's good definition.
way of
So, sci-fi on
bad
day.
Proliferation, a rapid increase in the number or amount of something. Rapid reproduction of a cell, part, or organism. A large number of something.
This is a movie where something rapidly spread after it was created or found.
Yep.
And they're talking about exploiting something. And we saw it together.
We did see it together.
In the last... Did I like the movie?
No.
I did. Okay, so that's...
I don't think you did.
Okay, that's pretty much written me off, because if I don't like the movie, I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like something I would have watched either, so...
I give up.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to try it? It's a series of films. We weren't a fan.
Is it a DC movie?
No, it's not superheroes. Modern setting, but with sci-fi elements.
Setting sci-fi elements. Was it in the cinema?
Yeah, we saw it in cinema.
Oh yeah, we saw it. I haven't got a clue. This is probably like, oh yeah, we did see that, didn't we?
I mean, this sounds like a really good quote, but I just don't know.
Who was in it?
Um,
Were there any big names in it?
yeah. Chris Pratt.
Is this one of the Jurassic Park films?
Oh.
Is it
Oh.
Jurassic World
Jurassic
Fallen
World.
Kingdom?
Yeah.
What?
Senator, with all due respect, God's not part of the equation. No, what I mean is in the last century,
Oh.
we've amassed landmark technological power, and we've consistently proved ourselves incapable of handling that power. 80 years ago, who could have predicted nuclear proliferation? And then there it was. And now we've got genetic power. So how long does it take for that to spread around the globe? And what's going to be done with it? It ain't going to stop with the de-extinction of the dinosaurs.
I think the scale of time on that messed with me.
I think
changed.
No, it was a good change. I
Yeah.
just think it meant didn't.
I don't think the sentient war had been going on for 80 years. I don't.
yeah, I think
Thousands, but
I think the
Well,
fact
that was the only one that changed. The other one was last century. Was still last century.
that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
I think the fact that it was a bad movie didn't help.
I didn't like that movie either.
Oh, such a bad movie. Better than the first one, still bad.
I don't think I've seen Jurassic World. I don't think I've seen Fallen Kingdom. I've seen Jurassic World because there's two movies there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Genuinely, some people are like, oh god, what was? Oh yeah, no, Jurassic World's like really good. It's got like Chris Pratt and dinosaurs. Just put on Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy at the same time. There you go. You got a better experience.
That's basically what it was anyway, though.
No. It was so much worse.
I'm so magical.
Jurassic World is just so goddamn bad.
Don't eat me. I'm magical.
Don't eat me. I can outrun you in my high-heeled shoes somehow. When you can outrun a Jeep in like second gear. You know, thumbs up, whatever. Right? Okay. That's it for this episode. Tobiah, thank you very much for supporting the channel, being a lovely Patreon, and being here today with us. It was excellent. For all you other lovely patrons that are on the $5 or more, I will be getting out the form, the Google form for it sooner, and you guys will have more luxury and freedom in choosing when you want to actually record the episode, because I know some people are not available at our usual time slot on a Saturday, so we'll make it a lot more flexible and things. So that's it for this week, and we shall see you guys next time.
Doodles.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the big circle
So
with the line through it.
Can't see the wave. Loz. You can say goodbye. He's refusing to say goodbye.